Morning, guys. Let me post up these links real quick, and then we can get started. It's the 23rd already. It's about to be 2021, guys. This year flew by. Yeah, morning, guys. Let me post up these links real quick, and we can get started. And I'll show you guys something that I figured out. It's actually pretty interesting. Like, I'm probably gonna start using it for all the trades now, for better confirmation. Finish posting these up real quick. Social media. All right, cool. I'm gonna post this over to the Let me get this posted around real quick. Yeah, guys, there was just a Brexit deal that was I'd sound like 3 times. So guys, there was a Brexit deal that was just going on recently. So that's why the market's going kind of crazy and why we decided to hold off on some new trades before the next candle close. Let me just fix this real quick. All right, this should be good. I think everything on here is good. Let me go ahead and check this real quick. The other pairs here. Yeah, like the GBP pairs have been moving kind of crazy this morning because it's this huge spike in price because of the Brexit talk that was going on this morning. So I held off on some new trades, guys, because you know, overall the market's just been really unusual this this specific week because it is a holiday week. Plus, there's just a lot of stuff going on with COVID and with the new stimulus that's coming out. So we hit full TP for CHF JPY right here for 65 pips. This trade was called on the 15th, so last week, and it finally hit full TP right here. Let me see if there's anything else that we could possibly, and we could have taken EuroCAD right here for a sell, but not too confident this is, like, you know, likely going to drop that far down because majority of the euro pairs are bullish right here. You can see Euro CHF is bullish. Obviously this is bearish because it's paired with the GBP. I just mentioned the Brexit, you know, deal that was going on. So this could have been a decent sell right here, but like I mentioned, I held off on this because of the specific news events that are going on right now. Let's see EJ right here. Let's see if there's anything else here. And yeah, guys, I'm just gonna scan through this. See, this is one that I didn't call as well. I'm glad I didn't call because of just how the market's moving this morning. Everything's kind of all over the place. But we'll be looking for any last minute trades probably after the next bar candle close once this like stabilizes a bit, because the news obviously caused, you know, some spikes in the market. So good thing I didn't call this trade either. And there's a lot of trades here that I could have called, but didn't call because you know, identify the market structure was kind of like whipsawing this morning. Like you can see it swung down here, whipsawed above, and now it's in a range. So good thing I didn't call these trades. This probably would have been a good trade because the US dollar is weak after the stimulus, but we would want it to close below here to confirm after, because the stimulus was announced right here on the 21st. That's when it started to drop down, swung back up a little bit for whatever reason, and then now it's coming back down to correction. So we wait for this to close below here before we take this trade. Otherwise, you guys saw that I scanned through all of the Forex pairs. There isn't really much to look at right now. Looking at US 30 over here. Yeah, I'll explain in a second what I meant about that new strategy, or like the addition to the strategy that will help us prevent getting caught in fake outs. So if we get a buy signal up here, I'm not going to take it. I'll explain in a few seconds why. Let me go ahead and post the rest of the links up to our other pages, and then we can get started. So let me just get this right here. Post this on the YouTube, and then I'll pull up the chat real quick to see who's in here. One other place is the Instagram. And get this on here as well. And if you guys messaged me or emailed me over the night, then I probably haven't responded to you yet. So just sit tight if I haven't responded to you guys yet, because I generally respond to those questions after the session. Unless the session gets slow, then I can pull it up. But currently, I'm going to be kind of busy because I'm going to be explaining the new stuff I figured out. Or I might not even share it with you guys just yet. I might not, because this is something that I kind of want to apply on my own first. So we'll see if I share it with you guys before I explain it on here. Or what I might do is I might share it with you guys, but I'm probably going to I'm gonna delete this stream so that you guys don't try something. Because a lot of people are gonna try to run the strategy, and it's not necessarily ready yet. All right, posted on IG. All right, so I think that's good. Let me see what else is necessary here. I think that's about it. I posted on Telegram, posted it on the Instagram, I posted on the website real quick, and then I think we can get started, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, we will go over all questions in a second. Let me just go ahead and post this on here. Got this posted there. I wish there was an easier way to post all these links to everything. I feel like there's so many places that they need to be posted to. I should have taken this US 30 entry, and that new strategy that I told you, or the new addition that I was talking about, you can apply that for scalping as well. So it might be a new scalping strategy. Like right here, it would have been an entry off this point. We could have taken a long position right here for a scalp for about 500 pips. So it would have hit full TP like literally immediately. Yeah, definitely I'll go into that in detail in a few seconds. Posted it to the email. Okay, I think we're good now. And put my share down so you can see. Okay. All right. All right, nice. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat real quick. Let's see who's in here. All right, cool. Morning, Alkin. Morning, Hunter. Morning, Peter. Morning, Andrew. Morning, Matt. Morning, David. Works at Ghost Town. Yeah, definitely, David. It's crazy. It's about to be Christmas. Morning, Braden. Morning, John. Morning, Toon. Morning, Nicole. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Josh. Morning Wave Bum. Morning Spencer. Morning David. Morning Sammy. Morning City. Morning Hamisi. Morning Dezel. Morning Vishy. Morning Victor. Morning Kushi. Morning Dennis. Morning Art. Morning Coupon. Morning Billy. Morning everybody. So all right, cool. Let me go ahead and take a look at the chat real quick. Let's see what's going on over here. See if there's any questions. Definitely happy holidays, Lisa. And it's crazy. This year is like almost done. Tunes, I woke up on GBP USD and got in right before the big candle. Oh man, lucky guy. So let me check that out. GU real quick. Nice. Yeah, so this entry technically would have been like right here, right? So whoever took this entry to the next zone would have had this right here for like a gain of 100 pips. So that's pretty good. Let me see what else we got over here. Yeah, definitely City. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, could you guys do us a favor and just like the stream? It's going to help with YouTube algorithm. That's why that way other people can find the stream and people can get help. So if you guys haven't already, if you guys can do us a favor, just like the stream to help with the YouTube algorithm. Let me go ahead and take a look over here and see if there's anything else that I might have missed. Victor said, okay, take your time and let us know when it's ready. I was hoping for an early Christmas present. Yeah, definitely, Victor. I mean, I'll show you guys how I do it, how I apply it for US 30. That way, it could technically help you guys out with a lot of these. Dennis is asking, hey, Shawn, how can I apply the US 30 strategy to SPX? Should I target 150 pips instead of 1500? So Dennis, I'm not too familiar with S&P because I don't trade that. I've never really traded that. I went straight to US 30. So I'm not sure how the pips work for S&P, but yeah, I'm assuming they use standard pips, right? Yeah, it looks like it's about 150 pips when comparing it to the 1500 for US 30. So that might be it. I mean, don't quote me on it because I don't trade S&P, so I wouldn't know 100%. The only way that you would find out is if you would, if you did a back test on your own. You'd have to go ahead and back test the, the strategy on S&P, and then see what's like the sweet spot. If 150 is what usually hits, then that would be the sweet spot, and that would be the translation. But I personally don't trade S&P, so I can't really give you an exact number. I'm not going to give you a random number just off the top of my head because I don't trade it, so I don't know how it moves. I know it moves similar to US 30, but it's not exactly the same. And I'm not sure how it's measured either, because on FTMO or like other brokers, US 30 is measured as an E-mini, which is like, that's why we have to add a 0 to the pips. But I think S&P's is measured as like a standard loss. So that's why it might be 150. Let me see this right here. Yeah, I mean, if we're looking at this one right here, I guess it'd be 150. But I, just like I mentioned, I can't give you an exact number because I don't trade this, so I don't know exactly how does it move. So 150 looks about right, but I don't know if that's too much or too little. You'd have to go ahead and just back test it on the other entries, see if they hit. If they do hit, then yeah, it'd be 150. Let me see what else we got over here. Did I miss something? I think Dezel said something, but it's not in the chat anymore. Dezel, would you say something? Because I see David responding to you right here, but I don't see your message in the chat. I keep on saying over monetized. Yeah, no, definitely. Morning, Amar. Morning, Razul. Morning, Aleph. Aleph said, good morning, Shawn. Can we identify the trend and confirm it with the trend meter, please? Which one are you referring to, Aleph? I'm not sure which pair you're referring to, because we looked at GU, we looked at a couple other pairs since I got to your message. I'm not sure which one you want me to take a look at. Morning, NK. Peter said, Shawn, for the new edition strategy, what if you make a YouTube video explaining it? Like people can watch it over and over again if they don't get it. Yeah, Peter. I mean, eventually that's what I'm going to do. But like I mentioned, the strategy is not ready yet. So It's not going to be made anytime soon. Once I'm done with everything, or I might not even release a strategy to you guys, because this strategy after backtesting, it's super profitable. So I'm probably going to use it for a while, maybe a couple months, maybe like for a year, just to use on my own, and then maybe I'll share with you guys. But yeah, I'm probably going to not share with you guys just yet, because I don't want you guys to be taking this strategy or like applying it wrong. So I'm just gonna give you guys like maybe a little preview today, but I'm not necessarily gonna give you guys the whole strategy, because there's obviously gonna be other factors that need to be factored into it when taking the trade. Morning, I just mentioned. Morning, Hope. Razul said, ever thought about setting EA based on some of your strategies? Yeah, Razul, I have, and there's a couple other people who have as well. But obviously EAs aren't 100%, so that's why I do have an EA for it. That's how I was able to pull up the results, and because I don't necessarily go through all of the all the back testing for every strategy. Some of them I have an EA that calculates the percentage. That's how I was able to find all these specific pairs, because I run the EA on here. Not an EA, it's a script. It's a script, like a back testing script, and then I was able to get the win percentage for each of these pairs. That's why I follow these specific pairs, because we have like above 75% win rate for each single pair. So that's why I follow these specific pairs and not every pair that's available. Let's see. David said, yeah, did Air suspension take it? Now, I wish I took that long right there too. And this would fall under the strategy that I mentioned earlier. Like I mentioned, we could have taken this for a scalp, or we could have even just bought it and hold it and then pretty much rode it to full TP right there. And applying the new addition to the strategy, I'm not going to be taking a sell up here, and I'll explain that in a second. I just want to get through all these questions real quick before I get started with it. Chelsea said, I woke up to AJ about to hit stop loss. I think I might just close it. Yeah, I know, Chelsea. We had that Brexit news in the morning. That's why we had those like random spikes with a lot of other pairs. I see. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, guys. Let me go back to this over. So it was weird because CHFJPY dropped actually to our full TP, but then AJP like swung up like right here. My stop loss didn't hit. Unfortunately, I didn't get out at TP1. I should have gotten out at TP1, but I thought it was going to continue to drop. However, once Trump started speaking, it started spiking up right here. And then, unfortunately, the market's just been all over the place, guys. So right now would be a best time to, eliminate your risk whenever possible. It's not a time to take risky trades because it is a holiday week. Plus, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world with regard to COVID and with regard to the U.S. stimulus. So I personally, when it comes back in a profit, I'm going to move my stop loss in profit. Chelsea, I think you should probably just hang on to it for a bit. It's rejecting off the structure right here. So what might happen is it might come, swinging right back down. And then once it reaches profit again, I recommend, obviously moving your stop loss in profit as it continues to move down lower. So just be careful with your trades right now, guys, for the rest of the week, maybe for the rest of the year, because the market's just moving a little unusually. So we have one question from Hunter. Wants me to take a look at USD CHF. Let me add that to the list, Hunter. I'm going to make a list right now. Hunter wants me to take a look at USD CHF. David said very nice manual EA. So I take everything manually, but I do have the EA on there still. Good morning, Shawn. Can we identify the trend? Sorry. Okay, gotcha. Let me go ahead and take a look down here real quick, see what else do we have for the questions before we continue down further. How can we check? Bradenton, say thank you, Trump, for the 200 stimulus tweet, 2000 stimulus tweet. I'm thinking that's why UK 100, US 30, UK 100 popped on the New York Open. Yeah, that I'm sure that had like an effect on the market. So we'll have to see how that ends up playing out on there. Deswell said, yeah, I did not get that email as of yet. Here, Deswell, let me check your message real quick, because I did see your message on the Telegram. So let me just send you your unique links real quick. So Deswell, just check your Telegram real quick. I'm gonna send you all of the links right now. Here we go. There you go, Deswell. Just check out your Telegram, and then you should be good. Let's see what else we have over here. Just want to make sure I get all these questions. Alex, so the trend meter, the KT trend meter that's down on the RSI area on GJ. Yeah, Alex, let me I'll pull that up real quick. Or I'll just do it real quick because it doesn't take that long. So GJ right here, looking at GJ, turn on the pivots. The trend's up right now for GJ. It's green right here as well. Aleph, so obviously when the trend meter is green, that means it's trending up. Also, prices above the pivots are angling up and they're spreading out. That identifies an uptrend as well. You have two confirmations for an uptrend right here. However, just like I mentioned earlier, the Brexit talk is just going on right now. So this is why it spiked up like this. And I wouldn't take the trade yet because, after this news is passed, even though it's temporarily trending up right now for like the past, I don't know, the past 4 hours or 8 hours, this can either, break above and continue further, or it can correct back down to where it's supposed to be at. Because price was technically down here. It might reject off here, come back here, and then go sideways for a bit, right? So I wouldn't necessarily trade the GBP pairs right now because you're just gambling at this point because you don't know if it's either going to continue up or if it's going to correct back down. So I would stay away from pairs when they're moving based off news, because you don't know if it's going to come back to correct, like I mentioned, come back to correct back to where price was before this happened right here, or if it's going to continue shooting up. Because the last thing you want to do is enter a buy, and then as soon as you enter a buy, it ends up, as soon as you enter a buy, it ends up pulling back to where I just mentioned right here to correct back to where price currently was before this news happened, and then it stops you out, right? Because that can happen in one scenario. Scenario number two is it just continues up further and you enter sell because you think it's going to come back down, right? So you enter sell and then it ends up shooting up and hitting your stop loss this way. So I personally wouldn't trade news. I mean, I never trade news, but I wouldn't recommend that you trade it, just because you have a hunch off this right here. Because you can see what happened here. You can see when the news happened last week, a huge candle down right here, and then hard reversal back to correction where price currently was before that news for like 200 pips. And then again, right here, same situation, huge drop right here, and then a correction back upwards for another 200 pips. So unless you know what you're doing, Aleph, I wouldn't enter GJ. I know we talked about your account. You want to take some risky trades, so maybe you can take it, but my guess is you might get stopped out before this ends up playing out where it's supposed to go. Like I would wait for it to close above here, then it would confirm, a bullish move. Or I'd wait for it to pull back down here, and then it would confirm, either a correction back down or, consolidation sideways. So like you can see this huge wick right here, right? It's probably going to come back down. It's correcting back after that news event. So I'd be careful with that. It's in a temporary uptrend. It's not a very strong one, obviously, because you can see price swung up above it on these last two candles, but it hasn't established yet that it's going to continue up further. It's also at a strong resistance right here. You can see it hasn't passed this resistance since August. So if you're going to enter a buy right here, you might get screwed. It's probably going to reverse back down. But there's no guarantee as to which direction it's going to. So I'd wait for extra confirmation before you decide to, enter this trade. So let me go ahead and take a look over here again, see if there's anything else. Nice. Keep on to the UK team. Caught an excellent trade. Yeah, definitely with the UK 100. Jay Calvin's asking, will you be using strategy to give us the US 30 signals? Yeah, I'm going to be using that like moving forward, just to prevent any losses, because I did a lot of back testing and it actually eliminated a lot of the losses that we had. So let me keep going through here. Yeah, Andre, your question's coming. I need to go down all these questions first to make a list, and then I'm sure you asked like 4 times. It's hold on for a second, because I already have yours on the list. You're the first on the list, but I need to go down these questions first to make a list before I stopped to look at your pair. I haven't missed your question, Hunter. I've seen your question like 4 times already. So you're next on the list. I'm just gonna go ahead and take a look if there's anything else here, and then we're gonna move forward. Okay, so let me go down the chat right here. Because the thing is, I can't stop and analyze a pair. Because if I stop and analyze a pair, I'm gonna miss all of the other things that are going on within the chat. So okay, we're all done with the questions right here. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. But I'm gonna go ahead and start from this point. Let's see. Chelsea said, Shawn, what are those percentages next to the pairs? This is their percentage, like their change from the market open. Market opens during the market swap. So after the New York session, you know, when the market swap happens, this is where it resets. So ever since the starting of the trading day, which technically was Australian session, that's the change that's happened since then. So I mean, this can give you, you know, a little understanding as to how they moved since market reopened. So if you want to see correlating pairs, like obviously GB pairs over here, if they're all green like that, it's going to indicate that they're all bullish, right? You can see obviously all the GB pairs are all swinging upwards. So that's one way to do it, and one way to, like, you know, correlate these pairs. But let me go ahead and take a look at these questions. We have one last question. We have one from Uncher for USD CHF. We have one from Amar, which is for gold XAU USD. Chelsea said, I mean, on the other side of the pairs on the chart. Oh, this just there we go. It's just the setting got messed up. Sometimes if you click on the chart somewhere, it changes from price to percentages. The percentages are the same thing. It's the same thing for this, because market opened here during Aussie session, which was at this point right here. This is when the market reopened, I guess, and then it pushed up from there. So it just depends if you want to look from percentage wise or if you want to look by price. It's the same thing. It's just percentage since market reopened. So I'm going to go ahead and close that there. I'm going to look at USD CHF now for Hunter. And then next we have gold for Amar. So looking at CHF right here, I mean, USD CHF right here, basically price is in a downtrend right now, right? Well, it wasn't a downtrend, and then it went into consolidation. The this move up right here was a little unusual because the move up happened during the stimulus talk, and then it swung up. Generally, stimulus would weaken the US dollar because they're printing money, so the US dollar should have weakened. It looks like this was a manipulated move, because the thing is, when the stimulus news came out, a lot of people started to sell, right? If you look at the sentiment, let me check out the sentiment real quick. IG sentiment, USD CHF. So looking at the sentiment for USD CHF, yesterday we took a look at it, and basically this was like heavy short. The reason for the heavy short was because of the stimulus, because generally stimulus would weaken the US dollar, because if they're printing US dollars, it devalues the US dollar, obviously, right? So if that happens, it ends up pushing price down. So what happened was there was a bunch of people selling because the US dollar was weak, but there was a manipulated move that pushed it upwards right here. For a small short, like, you know, uptrend from this point, I think overall though, it's going to come right back down. This is just a small move up. And you can see right here, a lot of people fell for this trap, right? So when that happened right there, a whole bunch of people went long. So now 82% of people are long in the market. And obviously you don't want to be trading where everyone else is trading, because majority of people fail at trading. So you don't want to follow the herd where they're pushing price up this way, because what I anticipate happening at this point is once price closes right below here again with a sell signal, it's probably going to dump super far down, you know, based on the news. So what they're doing is they basically lured all these people in, you know, all these people that basically retail traders that don't know what they're doing. They're just following the hype because they see this hype move right here where price ended up swinging up. So people are getting excited. They think it's going to go up, right? So everyone just hops in these buys, but when you least expect it, it's probably going to shoot right back up. I mean, I shoot right back down because the US dollar is weak. There's no way that it's going to continue up. There's no reason for the US dollar to be strong because like all news points downwards. Obviously, if you follow basic fundamentals, when stimulus is passed and they print US dollars, it weakens US dollar. The Swiss franc is a safe haven currency. So when there's uncertainty in the world, or if the US dollar is weak, they move opposite of each other. So COVID is still going on. COVID is actually getting worse. There's lockdowns going on throughout the world. There's lockdowns going on throughout the US. So everything points towards a weak US dollar, right? But even with all that news, it's still pushing price up because a lot of people are getting lured into this entry right here for, there's so many people that are long. A lot of people think that, if a lot of people are in that direction, they should just follow them, right? But in reality, that's the wrong way to look at it because the banks and institutions don't trade with the majority of people. They trade the opposite. So they're basically just pushing price up slightly, but I could anticipate this to drop at some point, probably not, maybe at the end of this week or maybe like the beginning of next week. But eventually it's going to drop once they start printing the money for the stimulus. And I think they're printing like 900 billion or like 1.8 trillion or something like that. Let me go over here real quick. Yeah, so Trump called it off, or he didn't call it off, but he mentioned that he didn't want to sign it. They're going to print about 900 billion in COVID relief, and then a total of 1.4 trillion to keep government open. So if they're going to print this much money, US dollar is going to be weak. So what I would wait for here is for a sell signal, and then I would wait for price to close below the structure, similar to what's happening right here. You can see that price closed below the structure right here, and then when that happens, it ends up pushing down further, right? So once it closes below the structure, I would take a sell position right here, and then I'd write it down to the end of the structure right here, because when it breaks structure like that, it generally ends up pushing to the next zone right here. So that's what I see happening for USD CHF right now. It might continue pushing up a little bit more to lure more people in, just to get people like comfortable with a buy. There's 82% of people long right now, but obviously they can push that up even higher. That's a lot of people to be long, right? They're not going to make it easy for people. They're not going to like keep pushing it up so all these people make money, right? Majority of these people are going to fail. So I think about 95% of people fail at trading, or like 90 to 90. Someone mentioned 95%, but it might be a little lower than that. But majority of people do fail at trading. So you don't want to trade where all these people are. They might spike price up a little bit, slightly, maybe up to here, just to get more people to enter long, right? So people think that price is going long, but when you least expect it, it's going to spike right back down to down here. So I wouldn't fall for this little fake out right here. This is, classic test, classic manipulation by the market makers and institutions, because they want people to go the opposite way so that they can sell it off and then make money off all those people who have their stop losses right there. Because obviously, if people are taking a long position right here, where's the stop loss at? The stop loss is probably right below the structure. So right as price comes up, a little further, they give them like a little gimme right there. As soon as you least expect it, they're going to spike price down, and they're probably going to screw with people, right? They probably already saw people out right here. So looking at this right here, some people probably entered a buy position right here, had their stop loss right here at the structure. They swung price up temporarily right here to give people some confidence in this market, and then they spike price down to stop people out right here, right? So it looks like it just like it closed right below this structure. So what happens here is people are now getting kicked out of the trade, and people are looking to re-enter. So people are going to re-enter again at some point over here. They're going to do the same thing for their stop loss right there. They're probably going to push price this structure, and then they're going to spike it down one more time. Stop everyone out again. And then at that point, it'll probably either continue down further, or they might range it for a bit before end up dropping it down again. So don't fall for that trap, guys. I don't recommend you buy UC right now, because if you look at all the fundamentals, there's no signs leading to a strong dollar. The dollar is going to be weak. Until COVID has been figured out, until the vaccines have been widely distributed, the dollar's not going to get any stronger, guys, because we're just going to stay in lockdown until the numbers start to lower, and until things just in general get better around the world. Because like I mentioned, the Swiss franc is a safe haven currency. So until COVID is going on and stuff is just goes back to normal, this is probably going to continue going down for a weak US dollar. So let me go ahead and take a look at the other questions. I think we have one more right there. Yeah, so hopefully that helped, Hunter. I don't know if you have any other questions with regard to USD CHF, but I think it has a bearish bias right here because US dollar is going to weak, regardless. And if you guys understand with how, the pairs work, when price is going down, that means that the second currency is stronger than the first. When price is going up, that means that the first currency is stronger than the second currency. So just looking at USD CHF right here, it's been weak since March, right? So COVID started right here in March. This is when it became, widespread. Ever since the start of COVID, the US dollar has been very, very weak. So you can see this drop from this point. So right from March, when COVID was announced and lockdowns happened, it's dropped nearly about 1,100 pips, right? It's not going to get any better until COVID has been resolved. So this is what you could probably be looking at from this point. All right, let me see. Kyle wants me to take a look at UK 100. So next pair is going to be gold for Amar. So let me look at gold real quick. Yeah, look, check out gold, guys. It played out exactly how I marked it yesterday. Remember I marked this up yesterday, guys? I said it was going to come down, test the structure, and shoot right back up. It's exactly what happened. Look at this wick right here. Price came down, tested the structure, and it's going to shoot right back up. Similar to USD CHF, gold is also a safe haven currency. So it moves opposite of US dollar. So I anticipate gold to continue it further because of COVID and all of the updates, especially with the new stimulus that has obviously come out. So for this right here, I do see this shooting up from right here, and this actually ties really well with the new strategy that I was discussing. Wow, I missed a trade right here. So this would have been an entry right here as well. Yeah, the new strategy that I've kind of developed last night, it works well with almost every pair. Not every single pair, because I did try some of like the NZD pairs and the pairs that move a little weird. But overall, the strategy is like pretty crazy. Wow, this would have been a nice win right here too. Yeah, for like 400 bits. I might go back to start trading. I might start trading gold again, guys, because the strategy is very, very good. So right here, this would be a win for like 400 pips using that specific strategy I'm going to go over. Again, right here, another 400 pips. We would have avoided this one. Actually, we could have taken this right here. This would be another win right here for 400 pips. Another win right here for 400 pips. Wow. Yeah, like 4 back-to-back wins right there using this new strategy that I've kind of developed last night. It's something that I kind of used in the past, but it wasn't something that I really put any focus on. But now that I've really looked at it, it actually works very, very well. Oh man, I'm crazy. I'm excited to like apply the strategy because there's a ton of profits to be made. So, like I mentioned, guys, the market's always evolving. So when the market starts to, move a little funky, you just have to figure out the solution to it to prevent those weird movements from taking advantage of your positions. So I'll be looking at that in a little bit. Yeah, no, definitely, Dave. We're gonna, David, we'll get on a one-on-one. I'm definitely gonna share this with you, and I'm gonna share this with the UK group, guys, so that we can help with our UK entry. So I'll be going over this new strategy with a lot of the, a lot of the K2 admins. I'm probably not gonna share with you guys just yet, but I will. I'll definitely be going over that. But yeah, looking at gold right here. Amar, I think it's still bullish. We do have a sell momentum right here, but I think once we get a buy signal, then I think it's going to continue up further. This just goes hand in hand with the news. Now, obviously, they're printing US dollars for the stimulus. When they do that, it weakens the US dollar. So that's why I anticipated to shoot up even further from this point. Like once the stimulus starts to be sent out, it's just going to take some time for it to, eventually be distributed, maybe in the next couple of weeks or maybe by next week. But once that is distributed, we're probably going to see this shoot up for a very long time. Let's take a look at gold too. Let's see if the sentiment's looking for gold. Yeah, so see, the thing is, there's a lot of people that are already long because everyone already anticipates that to happen, right? 82%. So it might not shoot up right away. It might go sideways for a bit to like basically shake people out. Because some people, once the market starts moving weird, they get out of the market because they just don't feel comfortable with the trade. And then eventually it's going to shoot up when they least expect it. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I mean, that's it for gold right there. Obviously the bias is going to be long because the US dollar is going to be weak for like the next couple of months or so. So I think it's going to keep shooting up. Other than that, I wouldn't take any sells for gold. I would just be, I would have a bullish bias for all my entries. Deswell said, when you guys trade a UK 100, UK 100 is traded during the London session since it's a European asset. So that's generally where it's posted. You're in the premium now, Deswell, right? Let me see. Yeah, so since you're in the premium now, you can go ahead and look when the signals are posted. They're always posted around London time. So we have a ton of profits here. So congrats to you guys who took that London entry. We actually locked in a ton of profits off this. So Lisa right here locked TP1 for about 525 pips. I mean $525. Tam over here, always on point. She locked in about 300 bucks right there. We got Jazz over here. He locked in about 1,820. Who else locked in some profits last night? I think that's it for right now. Nice. Ibras over here locked in about 1,500. Very, very nice, guys. Who else locked in some profit last night? Nice. Mark locked, or he isn't fill yet. Anyone else? KT over here locked in about 1,000. Nice, nice. Yeah, everyone was killing it, guys. Victor over here locked in about 600. Yeah, so everyone's locking in profits. There we go. Victor said, thank you, K2. Victor's passed his FTMO. Nice, congrats, bro. You're going to get funded, right? So you should be funded shortly by the end of the week. So nice profit off there. Mark over here looks like he took some hits off certain trades, but he ended up bouncing back. He's in profit 227 overall. Nice, KT over here. He's almost at his profit goal. He's halfway there. Alkin over here, he locked in about 2,000. Nice, nice. Yeah, a lot of people here locked in a ton of profit. Ross over here, dang, he hit again. He was up like 1,000. Now he's up 4,000. So congrats, Ross. Nice call, everyone. Yeah, I think that's about it for the London entries over here. So it looks pretty good for those. Let me see what else is going on over here as well. NK said, hey, Shawn, I lost a lot on US 30 yesterday, and I want to try to make it back today. What trade ideas do you suggest I focus on for most liquidity and profit in such a weird trading time? So NK, the best thing to do when the market's not moving, smoothly is to just not trade. Because the thing is, if you just try to force these trades during, weird market conditions, you're just increasing your risk because you're literally just flipping a coin and taking a gamble, because you might think price is going one direction, like right here. Obviously gold is supposed to be going up, right? But look at this wick right here. They're not going to make it that easy on people to make money taking these easy trades. There's no low-hanging fruit here, guys. A lot of people think there's low-hanging fruit where like they can go long gold because it's eventually going to go up, right? But what can happen here is it could probably go sideways, and then they'll spike it down and stop everyone out, because everyone has their stop losses in the same place, right? So they're probably going to spike it down, stop people out, shoot it back up, go sideways again until people switch from long to short, because they want people to get like lured into these opposite positions. They see going sideways, they spike price again down, and then when you least expect it, it's going to skyrocket up. So I personally, if you're not required to trade, I would just hold off on trading until you find something good. But obviously, if you want something with the most liquidity, I mean, it's the day before Christmas Eve. You're not going to find much liquidity today, because everyone's pulling out of the market for the holidays, right? So that's why you see the market kind of slowing down a bit, The only reason it spiked up was because of the Brexit talk for GBP, but you can see it's coming right back down. That's why I said not to chase the money, because if you guys chase that movement for the buy, look at this spike down right here, right? It spiked down how many pips? About 50 to 60 pips. So whoever's getting lured into these little traps where these bullish moves happen, might end up getting caught in some bad movements. Like right here for GJ, remember what I just discussed earlier with a GJ analysis? I said not to take the buy until it closes above here, because it can easily pull back to where it was prior to the news. So it's probably going to pull back to here. Whoever entered a buy and try to chase this move right here probably got stopped out at this point, because it's dropped 50 pips. If it drops back to where it was prior to the news, it's going to drop about 150 pips, right? So news happened right here, 2 a.m. London time, 10 p.m. Prior. So it's probably going to drop about 150 pips. So I don't recommend you take a gamble and take these trades, because it can either pull back right here, or it can shoot right back up and continue up further. Last thing you want to do is end up on the wrong side of the trade, because you're feeling greed because you had some loss. Losses are just part of the game. If you take a loss, you just have to move on and wait for the next possible entry. I never recommend revenge trading, like Deswell said over here. Deswell said losses are part of the game. Revenge trading is not a good idea. I agree, because if you revenge trade, odds are you're going to end up with a blown account, because that's happened to me before. I'm not saying that just to scare you, but I'm saying that from my own experience, that revenge trading almost never plays out, because the thing is, the institutions and the market makers know that you're revenge trading, right? Like, a lot of people don't think that these market makers and institutions know this, but they buy data from these brokers, where it might not be forex.com, but it could be like other brokers, like where the data is being compiled. Like right here, you can just go to IG and you can see how many people are long. It's not that hard to see where everyone's trading, right? And they're not going to make it easy for you and push price up. They're going to make price go down, then go up, then go sideways, before it ends up choosing a direction, whether it goes up or whether it goes down. And the last thing you want to do is be stuck in this trade. And as soon as it spikes, you're going to be caught on the wrong side, or you could be caught on the good side, but there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So I wouldn't revenge trade anything right now, especially with volatility starting to die down with the holidays kicking off tomorrow. So there's probably not going to be many entries available today, because as people pull out of the market, everything's just going to go sideways, and it's barely going to range. So this is probably going to range within this little zone right here for about how many pips? For like less than 20 pips, right? It's going to range, and then on Monday or Sunday, it's going to spike in either direction. So I wouldn't revenge trade right now. It's probably the worst time for you to revenge trade NK, because there's just no the volatility is going to die down. So I would. Morning, active. Hey, Varun, what about US 30 today? We're still looking at US 30. There's no entry yet, but I'm going to be going over the new addition to the strategy that I mentioned, where like I was able to eliminate basically all of the losses, or majority of them at least. I think 90% of the losses, using this little trick that I figured out using the K2 indicator. So I'm going to go over that shortly, and then we'll continue on from this point. Let's see, NK said, thank you so much for your honesty. I definitely will be taking a break during this time. Yeah, NK, I would just call it a week, honestly. Like for me, I wouldn't try to like make some last minute profits, because you don't want to get caught in trade. So say if you enter a buy, right? Say you enter a buy position, and then it ends up consolidating because there's no volatility until Sunday, right? Sunday is going to be right here on the 28th. So, or 27th, I guess. So when the market reopens, 23rd, 24th, Christmas Eve, Christmas, this is going to be Saturday. Why is it open on the 26th? So basically right here on the 29th, when the market reopens, it'll probably go sideways. And then as soon as the market reopens, it'll probably either spike up super heavy or spike down super heavy. And the last thing you want to do is be in a long position, and then you end up getting stopped out right there, or being in a short position right here, and you end up getting stopped out from that point, right? So I personally would just hold off on it right now and just wait for next week. Or if you're going to scalp, you can scalp, but I personally don't recommend it. Varun said, UK 100 just reversed and blew up after TP1, of course. Yeah, I mean, there was, I think everyone was discussing that there was Brexit talk this morning, right? Obviously, Brexit happened, or, whatever they're discussing, it, it obviously would swing down like that. So I think your guys' entry was right here off this candle right here. And then I'm not sure if it hit TP. Well, I'm sure it hit TP1, but I don't know if it hit TP2 yet. Let me go ahead and take a look at the entries over here. So your guys' entry was right here, and I think your TP. Oh, it's 3 TPs now. Okay, yeah. So I know the guys are changing it up a little bit because the strategy still hasn't been completed yet. There's still a lot of work to be done on the strategy. So it looks like, yeah, it hit TP1 at some point, and then it's starting to push up even further. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. I don't know if they're going to continue using the same, setup. They might change it up because, like I mentioned, I didn't create the strategy. This is just a spin-off of my US 30 strategy, and the risk is a little different. So they're still working on it. There's still going to be a lot of changes to be made. So I wouldn't necessarily follow it, exactly, because every day there's like a few changes that are being made. We never recommend re-entering a trade. Like, don't get greedy. If you made your profit, then you should be fine. But I don't recommend you enter the trade, because what happens when you re-enter the trade, the same thing always happens. When someone tries to re-enter a trade, it ends up going complete opposite of them, right? So don't get greedy. Be happy with the profit you have now. Maybe if you get a buy signal, then you can re-enter the trade. And that's going to tie in with the new addition that I just mentioned, with regard to the new strategy. So I'll try to go over that right now, and then we'll see how that affects, all of these pairs. So let's go back to US 30 real quick. But yeah, just like I mentioned, for UK 100, I don't recommend re-entering just yet. If you have some sort of entry for it, like if you analyze the buy, then go ahead and enter it. But there's no guarantee it's going to continue up. It can swing right back down at this point, and unless you have something that you're following, then you can enter it. But once you hit TP, we never recommend to re-enter a trade at a later time, because then that's just going to increase your risk, because you already locked in profit right at TP1. If you end up re-entering again, then you could probably lose all that profit that you guys figured out. Let me see. Josh said his new strategy based on signals that are given. Oh no, Josh, it's totally different. I'm going to show you how simple it is. I just got a text message from Josh. So Josh, it's not it's a lot simpler than it seems. You'll see, and you'll wonder like why you never thought about that before either. But we'll go over that right now. So we just went over UK 100 right here. Actually, I think Kyle wanted me to analyze it, right? Yeah, so Kyle wants me to analyze UK 100. Let me go ahead and draw these zones on the chart real quick, and then we can see exactly where we see it going. Just go on the 30 minutes to have clear zones. All right, so it's actually at a resistance right now. So I gotta fix this. Forgot I was playing around with it yesterday when I was figuring out the new strategy. But yeah, Josh, it's not necessarily within the zones. The new strategy doesn't even use the zones at all. It's based directly off the momentum signals. But I will show that to you guys shortly. And I back tested all the entries, guys. So that's how I was able to figure it out. So if I pull this, let me see, if I pull this over right here, I went back and I looked at all the entries for our US 30. So, currently we're in a net positive for December. If you were to take every single trade and just let them run to full TP or stop loss, I was trying to figure out how to prevent these losses, because we are still, like, if you took every single trade and you just let it run to full TP or stop loss, you'd still be in the net positive for both November and December. But I was trying to figure out how to eliminate these losses so that it could be more I guess automated to extent where you don't have to move your stop loss and profit at all. And I figured out a solution to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at that later. But let me finish analyzing UK 100 right here. I drew the zones. I'm gonna hide that. Go back to the 10-minute. And you can see right here that it's currently within structure. So until price breaks above it, then it's probably going to just consolidate sideways until there's like some actual movement. So like right here, it's going sideways within the structure. If it breaks above, then it's probably going to continue being bullish. However, if it closes below, then it might swing down even further, right? So I would be careful with a UK 100. I don't recommend you guys re-enter it. For one, there's Brexit talk that just happened, so it's going to affect the market directly. For two, there's just a lot of uncertainty in the market with volatility dying down as we enter Christmas tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's Christmas Eve, but people aren't going to be trading on Christmas Eve. People are going to be celebrating Christmas. So a lot of people are already out of the market. You're going to see volatility die down quite a bit. So we might not even see much movement here. If anything, we might see a drop because as we get closer to, later into the session, people are going to sell off their positions, right? Once we get closer to Christmas, it's people are going to close out their positions, and then this is probably going to come down quite a bit, and then it's going to recover maybe on Sunday, or maybe even, yeah, because Christmas is on Friday. Let me check the dates. Christmas is on Friday, so it'll probably drop a bit, and then it'll correct back up on maybe Sunday on the 27th when the markets reopen. So I personally wouldn't take this trade, guys. I might not even be trading today. I'll see if there's any entries, any good entries. If not, then we're just going to hold off until next week, because with the holidays tomorrow, you don't want to be holding on to trades into the dead time where the market's just not moving, because you could come back to your trade on Sunday and your price might reverse completely on you. So I'd be careful with that. But yeah, just looking at UK 100 right here, we have a sell signal, but I do see it swinging back up. Say we get a buy signal right here and it closes above, then I can see it shooting up. But like I mentioned, once we get closer to market close, people are probably going to sell off their positions, and then it's just going to go sideways. But eventually, I probably see it going up. So we'll see how that plays out. Otherwise, let me go ahead and see if there's anything else in the chat. And once we're done with the questions, then I'll go over that new addition that I was just talking about. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. So David said they're trying to keep it above their 330K, knowing damn well it should be below 95,000. I agree, bro. I mean, honestly, it's way too high, but I think it's going to close out bullish for the end of the year. That's why I was holding on to the trade yesterday, guys. So you guys saw how I was holding it, right? I kept telling you guys that it was going to shoot up, which it ended up shooting up. Unfortunately, Trump had it screwed up for us, and he spiked price down right here before it came, right back up, like I was talking about yesterday. Unfortunately, this happens. It's not a random occurrence. I mean, it is a random occurrence, but whenever Trump tweets, he could spike price or he has some sort of press conference, it always spikes price to some extent. Like right here, this spike happened when Trump was talking about the stimulus, and then all of a sudden it corrected right back up, like I thought it was going to, right? Because yesterday I was telling you guys that it was gonna correct back up eventually, which it did. Unfortunately, stop loss got triggered, and we got kicked out of that trade. So that's that, I guess. It is unfortunate, but I mean, it's all right. Losses happen, just like I mentioned before. You just have to accept these losses, because some things you can't avoid. Like this drop right here. This was probably not going to happen if Trump didn't speak. If the stimulus went as planned, it probably would have recovered and shot right back up, like it did right here, because the stimulus would have benefited our position. However, of course, there's going to be conflict with regard to the stimulus. Conflict happened, price spiked down, and then it shot right back up to where we thought it was going to go. So for that reason, that's why I ate this loss right here, and I didn't, I didn't end up hanging on to it as it swung back up, even though I probably should have, but it's okay. I ate that loss. We're gonna bounce back from that at a later time. So let me go ahead and take a look over here and see if there's anything else. Varun's asking, can you make a more detailed video about the strategy? So Varun, the strategy is not ready yet. I just thought of it last night. It's probably not going to be released to you guys anytime soon because I'm going to be using it for myself. But I can show you an example here of how it worked. So let me just answer this question for Cameron real quick. Cameron wants me to take a look at S&P, and then I'll show you how that strategy works. It's a pretty simple strategy, and it works very, very well, especially for scalping and for the daily entry as well. So see right here we have S&P. Well, I mean, S&P is moving the same as US 30, right? So any analysis for S&P is going to be very similar to US 30. So if I draw these zones on the chart right here, not that these zones are important because price generally doesn't respect the zones on indices anyways, because it's all news-based, based off momentum. But just for example here, I'll just show you exactly what I mean by these. So looking at S&P right here, zoom out from this point. Looking at S&P over here, looks like price was swinging up from here. So price swung up, retraced a little bit, swung up, retraced a little bit, and swung up. Now it's in consolidation. So it's consolidating a bit right here. Looks like it might pull back a little bit slightly to maybe here. Like I mentioned, it's going to consolidate a bit, but I think overall it's probably going to shoot right back up from there. Especially with the stimulus and stuff. Like I mentioned, the stimulus is going to benefit S&P and US 30 as well. So I see this coming up from here, but like I mentioned, it's going to be sorry guys, I'm getting a ton of text messages. You guys can see, if you guys are messaging me, I'm probably not able to see it just yet because I'm getting a ton of messages, and I'm not able to look at it right now because I'm on the live session. Josh is guessing my ass off. Yeah, no, definitely. I'll show you that right now shortly. But yeah, looking at S&P right here, I personally think it's going to go up with regard to the stimulus that's going to be distributed probably within the next 1 or 2 weeks. But it's probably just going to consolidate up until the end of the week because we do have Christmas Eve tomorrow. Volatility is going to die down soon as people pull out of the market. So it's probably going to go sideways, but I think eventually it's going to shoot up. So that's something to look out for, Cameron. If you're already in a position right now, I'd move your stop loss and profit. I'm assuming you're probably in profit for this right here. So if you're in profit, I'd move your stop loss maybe up to like right here at like 3701.7. That way you can just hang on to the position. And if it ends up shooting up, you'll still be in the position. However, if it spikes back down, you'll probably get kicked out of the trade in profit, because the last thing you want to do is hold on to this trade until Sunday, and then it ends up going opposite on you. So just keep that in mind. Otherwise, I think that's about it for these questions. So let me go back to US 30 and I'll show you guys exactly what I was talking about with regard to the addition. So this strategy is super, super simple. I'm not going to be detailed at all. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I discovered. So basically, all we're looking for this new strategy is where the signal closes. So obviously right here, the momentum signal, you can see right here, we have a buy signal, right? And we have a sell signal here. So if the most recent signal pushes higher than the previous, so right here, we have a sell signal, right? The highs right here, we have that marked up. You see this following signal closes above it. So we have the momentum swing downwards and we have the momentum swing upwards, breaking this price point. When that happens, you can enter a long position right here, and then it hits full TP, right? So that's easy explanation of the strategy. I could go ahead and show you guys again how this works. Say over here. So again, right here, you can see that we have a sell signal, right? So the sell signal's high is right here. You can see that this buy signal slightly crosses it right there, slightly above it. So right there, you can enter a long position as well. You zoom out from here, enter a long position right there. And then if you let that run, it ends up hitting, obviously full TP again. So you guys can see exactly how easy this is as an addition. So there's like 2 wins right there. Again, right here, if you want to see another one, you can see that price right here close above the previous signal. So right here, we have a sell signal. The high of that candle is right here. You have this buy signal close above it. You enter, another long position right here. You let that run. And then we've got 3 back-to-back full TPs, obviously right here. So we hit full TP right here for about 2,000 pips, another full TP right here for 2,000 pips, another full TP right here for about 800 pips. So you guys can see here that this is pretty profitable. So that's the way it would work for there. But like I mentioned, it doesn't work all the time. So this is something that it would be based on a specific asset and it would be based on a specific times in the market. So like right here is like Asia session, right? This is like from 1500 to 24 hours right here. So between this time over here, this would be Asia session. I probably wouldn't be entering trades right here anyways, but it does work vice versa. So, back to your question over here. Yeah, exactly. So the opposite for a short, Cameron, and then yeah, same for your for yours as well, Victor. It does work with both ways. It just depends on where price currently is with regard to the the following signal. Billy said, or Kyle said, what's it's funny how you come up with the name Billy. So basically, what's different with losses we took? The difference with losses we took is that for one, price was manipulated because of the COVID news, and the stimulus. But here, let me go back to the stuff over here. So I'll pull this up right here. Okay, so the first loss was on December 7th, right? December 7th, we took a buy. So let me go over here. Turn on. Oh, let's go to the 7th over here. So I'll go over to the 7th. So the 7th was right here. I'm going to 6:30. So if you implement that new strategy that I just discussed to you guys, it's going to prevent us from entering fake outs. So 6:30 was right here, right? Okay, so let me show you exactly what I mean. So, taking this trade right here, here's 6:30. This is an invalid signal. This is a valid signal, right? So we were taking this trade right here. We would have lost this trade, right? Obviously, it went to stop loss. If we apply the strategy that I just discussed, so right here, it hit stop loss, right? If we apply the strategy that I just discussed right here, we would have avoided this trade because this buy signal didn't close or it didn't push above the previous signal right here. The signal was a sell right here. The buy signal was below it, right? So if it didn't close above it, we wouldn't have taken this trade. So if we didn't take this trade, we would have avoided a loss. So, oh, Billy. Billy, yeah, no, it's funny. Billy said it's Billy, not Kyle. Me, him, and Joey are fewer friends. I said to Kyle on Shawn things. Yeah, no, Billy, it's funny because you said something yesterday and Kyle messaged me the same time. So I thought you were Kyle the whole time, but you were Billy. Okay, so you guys are 3 different people. Good to know. But Kyle was messaging me yesterday while I was on the live, and you were messaging me on here as well. So I thought you were Kyle this whole time. But all right, now it makes sense. You're a totally different person named Billy. So Billy, Kyle, and Joey. Good to know. Yeah, Billy, if you want to hop on the session later, I think I have a session with Kyle and Joey later too. I think, let me see. Yeah, we have a session later tonight at 4. So if you want to hop on that session, feel free. We'll hop on. And then I won't be confused with who's who. But okay, so going back to that strategy over here, like I was mentioning, so we would have avoided this right here because we took a buy right there on the 7th. That would have been a loss, and we could have easily avoided this right here. Another thing that I figured out as well was we don't necessarily need to ignore these invalid signals. What I figured out was if we get an invalid signal like this, instead of ignoring it, we could just put a sell stop right here like that. And then with that sell stop right there, we end up letting it play out. So it hasn't filled yet because it's a sell stop. It gets filled right there. So now we're currently actively in the trade. And then you can see that it actually hits, see if it hits TP over here. So you go straight to profit at that point. The price be, there we go. And it hits full TP, right? So this is something that I figured out where we don't necessarily need to avoid these fake out or false signals. We can just take it as a momentum pullback using the if you guys are familiar with the momentum pullback strategy, this is how it would work. But yeah, I mean, here we go. If we decided to implement this new addition that I just introduced to you guys, we would have avoided this loss right here on the 7th. So, obviously, if we avoided that loss right there, we'd have an extra win right here. Instead of 6 wins for December for total wins, we'd have 7. So let me go ahead and take a look at the next one. I think there was another one on the on the 9th where price kind of just went off. So let me go over to the 9th real quick. Victor said, so should it be applied after market open? See, that's where I'm not going to get into details with you guys. I'm just showing you guys how it works, but that's why I'm not showing you guys how it actually works, with regard to all the factors, because I already know you guys are going to try to be, professional traders all of a sudden because I showed you a new strategy, and you guys are going to try to apply the strategy and you're not going to do it properly. So don't apply the strategy yet. I'm just showing you guys a preview of how it works. Everything's not explained here just yet. So don't go and go on your own and, try applying something that you guys don't understand yet, because I haven't explained it yet, and it's not something that you should be applying just yet, until I've given you the okay to use it, because obviously a lot can happen from that point. So don't apply it yet. I'm just showing you guys a preview of it. It's not meant to be applied for you guys just yet. I'm going to be applying it myself because I need to test it, obviously. But it just goes to show right there that you could have easily avoided that loss right there on the 7th. We also had another one right here on the 9th. So this was another loss right here. But this could have been easily avoided because right here, 6:30, the first signal was a buy, right? If we did take that buy, and then it would have been a loss. The reason why we wouldn't have taken this buy was because the previous signal was way up here. So that's where the sell signal was. The buy signal was over here. It didn't cross it. So we would have avoided that trade. Instead, we would have taken this right here. And then if we're taking a late entry, so say if we don't take the first one because it's not, past the specific price point, for this right here, instead of taking the full move, I would just take a scalp move. So I would enter a sell stop right here for a scalp of 500 pips. So doing that right there, I would have hit TP right there, and I would have made profit off this trade. So instead of taking this loss right here, it would have been a profit for 500 pips because I would have scalped that move on the second candle that followed it. The reason for that is because the buy signal is the lows right here, and the sell signal crossed below it, right? So that's why I would have taken that trade, and then I would have hit TP right there. So if I did that, I would have eliminated these two losses, and we'd have more wins, right? So this strategy is super, it's super helpful. I just showed you guys how we would have eliminated these two losses. And if you look back at the other entries, so we'll look back at the wins, right? So we'll go back to what was in between these two, the 8th. So the 8th was a win, and I'll show you how it does work as a confirmation as well for the trades that we did take. So on the 8th right here, yeah, here we go. So 6:30. Wait, did we even take this trade? Oh yeah, okay. So this trade came too late, so we wouldn't have taken this personally. But I mean, if you did take the trade, it would have hit. It just would have taken a very, very long time for it to hit. So I mapped it right here. TP stop loss was 1500 pips. If you held it, then it would have hit TP all the way over here. But for example, right here, we could have like easily avoided this trade right here because it's above it and it's like way too late. So in the back test, it's there, but we technically wouldn't have taken the trade because it happened at noon and the market closes at 1. So obviously we don't take trades past a certain time frame, right? After it passes 10, more times than not, we're probably not going to take it because it just becomes too risky. Let me see how much it dropped from this point. Yeah, it just becomes way too risky when it's that late. So we would have just skipped this one. And then obviously this would be the next session because it goes from New York session right here up until Asia session right here. So we would have just skipped this trade completely. Let me see the previous one, if there's one over here. So like December 4th, see if I can show you guys how that analysis would have been utilized for something like this. Okay, so like right here, here's an example. So right here on the 4th, we had an entry, right? 630 is right here. And then we use the same strategy that I was just discussing, right? So one confirmation that we would want is that the following signal closes above the high of the previous price. So like right here, we have the sell signal, the buy signal closes above it, right? So that'd be a valid entry. If we use that as an extra confirmation, if we enter a long position right here, which would have been the original entry anyways, because this is after 630, this is the first valid signal. If we end up taking this right here, we let it run, and then it ends up hitting, just let this run from there. It ends up hitting full TP, right? Obviously full TP would be 1500. So you guys can see how that small addition, where we just identify where the previous signal was, would give us that full confirmation that it's going to continue up in that direction. So that'd be an entry there. And then if we wanted to scalp even more, again, same situation right here. The sell is right here, right? The buy closes above it. Take another scalp right there for about 500 pips. And that's pretty much it, guys. So you guys can see how easy and how simple it is for this to use as an extra addition. And that's something that I'm going to be implementing for future entries. So just looking at current price right here, I'm going to put this vertical line right here. So looking at current price right here, if we get a sell signal and it's above this, because obviously the low of this candle is right here, right? If we get a sell signal that happens over here, then we're going to skip it, obviously, because it's probably going to be a fake out in the other direction. So you guys can go ahead and see how that plays out. But yeah, I mean, you guys saw how that works, right? It's super simple. It could also be used for scalping as well. If you get that right there where, like I mentioned, the sell signal right here was below, price closed above, you can take a small scalp right there for a win, right? And then again, same situation right here. You can see that this sell signal didn't close above this right here, right? So if it didn't close below it, since this sell signal didn't close down here, we wouldn't take it. We just avoid this trade. And that's why we would skip that one. However, vice versa, the sell signal is right here. And the buy signal slightly crossed it, right? Slightly. So in that situation, you take a long position right there, another full TP. Right here, this sell signal didn't close below this buy signal right here. So it didn't close below here. So we're not going to take it, right? However, this buy signal closes above this sell signal right here. So the sell signal's high is right here. The buy signal passes it. So in that situation, we would take the long position. Another win right there. So 3 back-to-back wins. Again, right here, you can see that this sell signal closed. So on JPY, if you guys didn't close in profit, you probably hit stop loss. I hit stop loss because I didn't close at TP1, unfortunately. But it's all right. The market's just moving how it's moving today, guys. Look at GJ earlier that we were looking at. It's just going back and forth. Market is it's just unstable right now. It's a holiday week plus COVID plus stimulus plus, I mean, there's a lot of different factors that are factoring the market right now. So if you do take any of the other trades, I do recommend that you, eliminate your risk and move stop loss and profit. So there we go. My stop loss hit, unfortunately. But it's all right, guys. It's a weird week for all of us. It happens all the time. But we're overall in profit for the year, for the month, for the week. So it isn't really I took a loss, but it doesn't necessarily affect me too much because, obviously we're going to bounce back from that. And overall, we have more wins than losses. So I'm still in profit overall for the week, or necessarily, I don't know, for the week. Actually, I am because of CHF hit full TP, I think, right? Yeah, CHF hit full TP for 55 pips right here. So this win offset my loss on AJ. So I'm still in profit overall for the week so far. So here's just another entry here. I'll show you guys one more example. So this buy signal, the low is right here. The sell close below. So we take a short position right here. And that would have hit full TP. So you have 4 back-to-back full TPs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each for about, how many pips? About 800 pips each times 4 to gain at 3,200 pips. And this is just scalping. It's not really taking any huge moves. So there's one right there. This buy signal, here's another example. This buy signal didn't close above this sell, so we would have avoided that. This sell signal, however, closes below this buy right here. Well, it doesn't close, but it crosses below it. So right there, another short position, another win right there. This buy signal again doesn't close above the sell, so we would have avoided that. However, this sell closes, it doesn't close below here either. So we avoided this even though it dropped. Could have taken this right here because it closed above this sell, and then this would be a nice little scalp right here. So this might have been a loss actually. So we have 1 loss, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. So 5 wins, 4 losses. I'll take that win-loss ratio for this because obviously if you just keep applying it, it ends up working out in the long term. So again, right here, price, this sell closes below this buy. You take another sell signal right here, full TP for like 900 pips. And then you guys can see how easy this is, right? Right here, sell signal, the buy closes above it. Long position right there, 1,700 pips, 1,700 pips. So if we do the math on this, we have like 1,700 pips plus, let's see, 900 pips. And this is just scalping basically for like the day or so. So 900 pips. There's a loss right here for 600 pips. A win right here for 800 pips. A win for 800 pips. So we got 800 pips about 4 times right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to gain a 6,000 pips. And all these trades right here happen within 1 or 2 days, right? So this would be some good entries if you were like scalping these right here. So this is definitely something that I plan on applying. I'm going to be using it on my own. So maybe I'll share my profits with you guys, but I'm not going to be explaining the strategy that in detail just yet. Maybe if we get enough likes, if we get to a video where I get about 1,000 likes, then I'll share the strategy with you guys. That'll give you guys incentive to help me grow the channel. So if we get, the moment we get at least like 1,000 likes on the video, on any stream, it doesn't have to be this stream. If we get 1,000 likes on any of these streams, then I'll share the strategy with you guys. Until then, I'll be making some profits off this, and then I'll show you guys my profits. But yeah, this will definitely help with the entries. So yeah, go ahead and get some likes on these streams, guys. And then once that's released, then I'll release the strategy to you guys. I'll make a more detailed video to show you guys exactly how this is applied. I mean, obviously it's pretty simple how it's applied, but obviously there's going to be other factors that I use, with regard to time, with regard to sessions, with regard to where to put a stop loss. I think that's probably going to be the biggest issue for most people. They're not going to know where to put the stop loss, right? So yeah, if we get enough likes on these videos, it's probably going to take some time, but once we get 100 likes, I mean 1,000 likes on a video, then I will share the strategy with you guys. But until then, I'm just going to be applying the strategy on my own. I'll be sharing the profits with you guys. As you can see here, if I traded all these within, the first, within since the 21st, what's the 21st, Monday? Yeah, so from the 21st over here, I mean, there's another entry right here as well. If we took all of these trades over here, we would have locked in some crazy profits. Look again right here, right there. So this is the 21st. So if we traded just this week, we would have locked in maybe about 7,000 pips or 8,000 pips right there, just in 3 days, guys, right? So we have a win, 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 loss, win, 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 win. So yeah, if you guys want to see the strategy, get those likes going. But eventually I'll share this with you guys once we get to that point. Obviously, if you guys have the K2 indicators, you guys can apply it yourself, but I don't recommend it because I haven't given you guys the details yet, right? I've just showed you guys a little preview of this. But yeah, I'm going to keep reminding you guys every day. I'm going to show you guys the results of applying the strategy every single day. We'll go back and back test, and then I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. Let's see, Brian's asking, hey buddy, that US 30 trade, can you explain it? Which trade are you talking about, Brian? Let me check my Telegram real quick. Or what I might do is I'm probably gonna do some private sessions with, oh, Brian, you're not even in the premium, bro, so you can't even apply it. So unless you're in the premium, Brian, you're not gonna be able to apply the strategy because you don't have the K2 indicators right here. So your first step is to join premium so that you can have access to these indicators, because the strategy is based off these indicators, right? If you don't have these vertical lines on your chart using the K2 momentum indicator, you're not going to be able to apply this strategy. But you guys can see how profitable it is, right? I showed you guys just off top of my head. I didn't even look at this before because I was like back testing this with other pairs, but using it for other pairs as well, like something like this right here, like GJ, right? See how price closed above this sell signal? Or no. So the sell signal closed below this buy right here. So this buy, the low was right here. The sell signal closed well below it. Could have taken a short position right here, full TP for like 80 pips. So it doesn't work only for US 30. It works for a lot of other pairs too. Same situation right here. The sell signal is right here. The high that candle was right here. This buy closed above it. If you took a buy position on that high, you would hit full TP for another 70 pips right there. So this strategy works very, very well with basically any asset. It's not necessarily only for US 30, but it does work very well for it overall. So like again, same situation right here. We have a sell signal. The high of that candle is right here. This buy signal crossed above it, right? So you'd have a buy stop right over here above this high, and you would hit full TP here for like 126 pips. So again, right here, sell signal, this buy signal is their lows right here. The sell signal crossed below it. You take a short position right here, full TP for 126 pips. So this strategy is crazy profitable, guys. I was really shocked. I didn't even sleep last night because I was so excited when I figured this out. I was like, man, I'm gonna make so much money off this. So yeah, again, right here, we have a buy signal. See the sell signal is right here. This is the high of it. This closed above it. So you can enter a long position right here. It would have hit full TP for 145 pips. Like I just showed you guys how many trades on GJ right here, and they all hit full TP for like over 100 pips, right? Imagine if you're trading that with a standard lot, each one would be a couple $1,000. So yeah, if you guys if you guys want to have the details for the strategy, like I mentioned, there's two ways of getting it. So the first way of getting it is if we get 1,000 likes on any of these videos. If we get 1,000 likes, which is going to be unattainable, obviously, right? It's unattainable until we continue growing. We could probably get 1,000 likes within the next couple of weeks, but if you guys share the channel and we just get more likes on this, then I'll share this with the public. Otherwise, the premium members are going to get this, but you guys aren't going to get it until later as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. But I just showed you guys that, a ton of wins here for GJ. I can probably apply it on any asset. I was looking at like these right here as well. Like UJ over here, same situation. we wouldn't have taken this signal over here. Let me show an example. So right here, we have this sell signal that closed below this buy, right? So the buy, the low is right here. It closed below it. We would have a sell stop right over here, which would fill right here. And then it hits full TP for 56 pips. Again, right here, we have this, let's see, so we have a sell signal right here, right? The high of that sell signal is right here. This buy signal closed above it. We enter a long position right there, full TP for another 50 pips. Another situation right here, we have a buy signal. The low of that candle is right here. This sell signal clearly closed below it. We had a sell stop. We could set a sell stop right here, full TP for another 50 pips. So you guys see the 3 entries right here on UJ, all straight to full TP. Games, again, same situation right here. The low for this buy was right here. Sell signal is right here. We take a short position right here. The stop loss would be probably the swing. So it looks like this would have gotten stopped out, which is fine. But if you, you can't win all the trades. So obviously right here, this would have gotten stopped out unless you move your stop loss and profit. So there's like different ways to apply. That's why I haven't released like the full strategy, because there should still be an exit strategy in place. So right here, if it reached like halfway profit, you probably would have moved your stop loss in profit and then avoid this little like reversal right here, right? So there's a lot of ways to apply this, but even if you ate this loss right here, say if you just got lazy and you want to let them run to full TP, this would be a loss for like 58 pips, a win for 58 pips, win for 56 pips, win for another 56 pips. Overall profit would be high, even if you were to eat that one loss. But yeah, guys, I just thought about this last night. I've been using these indicators for a long time. I actually use kind of something similar to this. It's kind of like a higher high, lower low type thing. But obviously the momentum is a lot more valuable than those higher highs and lower lows. So yeah, guys, I mean, get to liking the video. If we get 1,000 likes on the video, I'll share it with you guys here in the public, and you guys can start to use it. Otherwise, we will I'll probably start sharing this with the premium members eventually once I figure it out. Obviously I'm gonna have to test it for a bit, but just looking at this here, bro, these like results are like insane. Like right here we have a buy signal. This sell close below it. Like look at how many full TPs we could be hitting. Oh my god, 75 pips. I'm super hyped, guys, for 2021. Oh man, profits are about to be crazy. Yeah, guys, I'm super excited for this. Like, you guys have no idea how much money can be made trading this one strategy, guys. This is like, man, just thinking about the possibilities is crazy. Again, right here, we have a sell signal. This buy signal closed above. Enter a long position right there, full TP. Like, how easy can it get, guys? You literally just have to see where the previous signal closed. And you don't even have to worry about these zones anymore, because we're literally catching the momentum swing, like passing previous momentum. So we have a swing right here, like we have a sell signal right here, the high of that candle is right here, we have a buy signal right here, enter a long position. Like look how easy it is, guys. I literally just went through like all of the UJ pairs right here, and I had like man, we had, let's see, I think only 1 loss and maybe 7 wins. So if each trade is like 100 pips, you can lock in like 7,000 pips. That's like 7,000 bucks. And you're not only applying it on one asset, you're applying it on UJ, applying it on GJ, applying it on US 30, like pretty much all the popular assets. It works extremely well, guys. And I mean, you guys might not be excited about this, but I sure am, because I know the profit potential of this. Like, guys, imagine taking like a 5 lot, right? So imagine taking, so like right here, you see price close below this structure right here. Let me just show you an example, okay? I'm just trying to show you guys the possibilities that are basically gonna play out once I start applying the strategy. So like right here, we have the low right here, right? The sell signal closes below. If I go ahead and zoom out from this point, put a sell signal right here for about 70 whatever pips, or you can even go higher. You can put your stop loss at the swing right here, which would be about, I don't know, like 100 pips. slightly above that swing. You let this run right here, and then you let it hit. Let's see, does it hit full TP at some point? Yeah, full TP. So it hits full TP for 100 pips. Like imagine if you're taking it as a 5 lot, right? So you do a 5 lot times it'd be about 50 pips, $50 per pip times 1,000. You make, wait, there's no way, is that right? Holy shit. Okay, no, 100. Okay, sorry. Number was off. So 50 pips times 100, you make 5,000 off this one trade. Just this one trade, and it goes straight to full TP. And then there's another way to look at it as well. And if you guys sat in on the mentoring session yesterday that I had with Indra, we actually figured something out as well. It's a breakout strategy. So if you guys want to look at that, just go to the previous mentoring session. So yesterday was basically a day of me figuring out new strategies to apply for our premium members. Because Indra likes to trade breakouts, so I figured out a breakout strategy for him, which is super simple as well. But this strategy right here is like blows my freaking mind, guys. Like just thinking about how much profit I'm gonna make trading this is just it's fucking mind blowing. To keep it as as simple as possible. It's literally mind blowing, guys. Like right here, same situation. The sell high is right here from that previous signal. Price broke above it. Take a long position right here. It's too wide. Let's see. Take a long position right here. Previous swing, about what, 80 pips. So if you guys see me driving around with the brand new McLaren, you guys will know exactly where that money came from this one strategy. Look at that, boom, full TP. Geez, 80 pips. So if you took that with the 5 lot as well, so like 50 times, what is it? 80 pips, 4,000 bucks off this one trade. Like guys, this is crazy. Yeah, no, exactly. I just mentioned, no, definitely. I agree with that. It is easy to automate. That's why I'm probably going to automate it because I can just let it run. And I know you're thinking about it too, which is, there's no biggie. If you guys have access to the indicators, you guys can apply it yourself. But you guys have seen how like easy this is to show. But yeah, guys, I mean, obviously this is going to be released to the premium members first. If you guys want to see the more details of how it works, once we get 1,000 likes on this video, maybe I'll share it for everyone. But I'm giving you guys a number that's, you guys have to actually try to get that number. If I put the number too low, we're going to reach it right away, and it's just not going to help the channel grow. So the thing is, if you guys have value from this, and I'm trying to spread this knowledge to you guys, like this is completely free every single day, showing you guys how it works. And man, every time I see an entry, guys, it just makes me super excited. Like check this out right here, another one. Like this right here, we have a sell signal. It closed below it. So we have a buy signal right here. Sell signal closes below it. Enter a short position right there. It's like, dude, 220 pips. Does it hit? It does. Fuck, man, this is crazy, guys. Like 220 pips. So if you're taking a 5 lot and you hit 200 pips, 50 times 200, 10,000 on this one trade, guys. And it only took how long? It took like one day and 8 hours. So in 1 day and 8 hours, could have locked in 10,000 off that trade. Man, I'm like, I'm probably have to get off this live, guys. I'm gonna start taking some trades on my own because I'm super excited to take these trades. Now we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah, John, like I mentioned, this would help with the US 30 trades because we'd avoid these little fake outs. But yeah, guys, man, this is shocking. This shocks me more than when I first developed the K2 strategy, because something so simple is so profitable, right? There's literally no guesswork. You don't even have to draw zones anymore. You just use the momentum indicator and you can catch the momentum swings in that direction. So hopefully you guys are excited as I am, but we will see how this, well, I'm excited regardless, guys. I'm gonna start taking these trades probably starting next week. And then I'm super excited for 2021 because if I apply this every single day, oh man, this this strategy is just gonna be, it's just gonna be insane, guys. Someone said, send me direct message so I can give you more info. But okay, yeah, I mean, this is basically the new strategy that I just figured out. Oh man, just thinking about this is pretty crazy. Let me go through the chat, guys. Sorry, I got a little too excited with this strategy. I'm sure you guys are excited too, because you guys saw how many wins I locked in just from like going over the strategy with you guys. So just imagine doing that every single day for a whole year. Yeah, profits are about to be out the window, guys. Yeah. Okay, so let me go through the chat real quick. Sorry, I'm cold. I'm close the window. But yeah, so I'm probably going to be releasing the strategy more specifically to certain K2 members, like people that are helping me with development of the strategies. So like the UK guys are going to have the strategy. David, you'll have it too. A few other people have it who are helping me with the back test. So some of you guys will get it first. You once the back test is done, we figure out, you know, all the kinks and stuff, because obviously there's going to be issues with every strategy, but this is super simple and it looks like it works very, very well on all the time frames. You know, thanks to Indra. Indra, if you're in here, you know, thanks to you, because you definitely helped me expand my thought process on this when we were looking at that strategy that I was helping you with yesterday, because we were looking on the daily chart. And the strategy actually works very well in the daily charts too. Like check this out for US 30. Oh man, I'm just thinking about how much money I'll make. I'll make so much money trading US 30. Cause like check this out. If this right here, this buy signal closed above, look how many pips I could have locked in off this trade, guys. Jeez, look at that. It's like 20,000 pips off US 30. Imagine locking 20,000 pips on US 30. It's freaking insane. Again, right here, price closed above this point. Man, I'm gonna have to delete this stream after so you guys don't know what I'm doing. This is like super exciting, guys, because I'm just thinking about all the things I'm gonna buy with all this money that I'm gonna make trading this strategy. But yeah, I mean, you guys see how it works. The daily obviously is gonna be, you're gonna have less entries because you don't have as much signals, but you guys can take some swing trades and literally take this here, or not this one. Yeah, this one right here for a huge move, guys. 20,000 pips, like how does that even happen? But yeah, if you took this trade right here from August up until, what was it, November? Like guys, that's crazy, right? 20,000 pips. That's like, if you're taking a standard lot, that's like $200,000 off this trade. You're taking a mini lot, that's like $20,000 off that trade as well. So I'm super hyped for this, guys. Hopefully you guys are excited as I am, because 2021 is looking really, really nice. Really nice. Like that's an understatement. You know, again, right here, another entry off this point. The buy signal appeared above it, took a buy right there. Another 20,000 pips, guys. Like, guys, this is, I don't know what to tell you guys. This happened from, the entry happened over here on April 20th, 28th. And then it would have closed over here full TP in about 38 days in June. So in June, from April to June, so in about 1 or 2 months, you would have made 20,000 off this trade with a mini lot, 200,000 off standard lot. That's like, man, I'm just super hyped, guys. Super duper hyped for this. But yeah, guys, I'm super hyped. So like, yeah, guys, if you guys, you know, pulled value from this, just like the video, help this channel grow, because the faster this channel grows, the more inclined I am to, you know, share these secrets with you guys, or maybe disinclined. I'm just kidding. The more that this channel grows, the more I'll be able to hold these live sessions. Because obviously, guys, you know, this takes a lot of time out of my day, just going live with you guys every morning, when I could just be trading on my own. Like I literally can just be trading on my own and making all these profits right here. But you know, I'm here helping you guys. So if you guys want more of these live sessions, just like the video to help grow the channel, because this is really not I mean, it's a good use of my time to help you guys out, but it's not really a good use of my time in my favor, because I could be trading on my own, making profits on my own, but I'm here helping you guys. So if you guys want me to continue doing this, just continue to like the video just to help grow the channel. Because if I'm not able to reach that many people here, I might as well just trade on my own, right? Or I might just stick with the premium members who are actually supporting the channel and the strategies that I'm developing for you guys. So if you guys can, just do us a favor and like the video. That way it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And then I'll continue to hold these live sessions with you. And then once we have enough people in the group, then I'll share the strategy with you guys more in detail. But let me go ahead and look through the chat. Looks like I might have missed a lot of other questions here as we were going down. Sorry guys, I got a little too excited with this strategy, but I'm sure you guys got excited too, just seeing how profitable it is and how simple it is being applied. So go back on the 10-minute here. Yeah, some of you guys are still waiting for the entry today. The entry didn't happen yet. So the market opened right here. We'd be looking for a sell signal, but in the situation, we probably wouldn't be taking it. Unfortunately, I can take this entry right here using that new strategy I just discussed. Because price closed above this sell signal right here, right? This buy signal closed above it. We would have locked in like 1,000 pips already. So it's definitely something I'm going to be implementing moving forward. But let me go through the chat real quick, see if I see anything here. Let me go through here real quick. Billy said, did you check to see if all the wins that we took were in confidence as well? Yeah, I did, Billy. So they did work as well. So it did work with the current strategy. There would have been a couple trades that we might have missed, but I'd rather have missed those and eliminate the losses rather than taking just every single trade. Victor said, haha, okay, let us know when it's ready. I want to back test. Yeah, definitely, Victor. I'm definitely gonna let you know as well, because I know you've been helping. 11 said, hey, Shawn, for using the prior sell signals high as confirmation for the current buy signal, does the prior sell signal need to be valid or invalid? Yeah, so it doesn't need to be valid at all, because the previous signal is just going to be the place mark for where we're going to be looking for price to break. So let me see if I can find an example over here where we had an invalid signal that I can show you. It just wouldn't really affect it at all, because the invalid signals could be applied for the entry as well. So like, okay, for example, right here, right? So for example, right here, this buy signal, the lows right here, we got an invalid sell signal, right? It's a bullish candle within a sell signal. So instead of entering a market order when market closes, we'd enter a sell stop right over here on the low of this candle, so that once it came back down, it would fill the order and then hit our full TP right there for about 600 pips. So the invalid signals don't necessarily affect it, because we're taking those into consideration with regard to our specific entry. So again, right here, same situation. Let's rewind it. Yeah, like right here, we have an invalid buy signal, but the low of it is right over here. So with that low, if this closed below there, we'd enter a short position right here. Stop loss at the previous swing, which would be somewhere around there, 80 pips, I guess, or 800 pips. And then if we let that run from that point, it would have hit. Yeah, if you let it run a full TP, it probably would have hit stop loss. But if you move your stop loss, once it obviously if it reaches like half TP, you should move your stop loss and profit, because that's like giving away X amount of profit. But if you decided to just let it run, like if you wanted to automate the strategy, it would be fine, because you would just eat that loss right there. And there was a spike right there. So something must have happened to spike price. So you'd eat that small loss for about 800 pips. And then, for example, right here. So say you ate that loss, then you would have taken this one instead. Or so here's an example, guys. So sometimes in a situation where you have a opposite signal, right? So right here, we have a sell signal, but then you notice right here that price right here breaks this price point, right? So this is going to provide for a new entry. So you could have either move your stop loss and profits to cut out of this trade, or you could have flipped the position. You'd close this one, you take a loss right here for like half profit. You probably take a loss for, instead of 800 pips, you take a loss for 400 pips, right? And then instead of that, you enter a long position here in the opposite direction, right here. So you take a small loss off that trade, you end up taking this trade right here, and then this one ends up hitting full TP eventually, right? Let me see, yeah. So you would have cut losses here, you would have lost 400 pips, you would have taken this one, you would have gained 800 pips, and then you would have taken this one over here, and then you would have gained another 600 to 700 pips right there. So that's what I mean about the strategy. There's going to be a lot of different variations that I need to cover, but you guys see the difference right there, right? We'll be able to cut the losses off this trade, take the winning trade right here. And then if you wanted to take another one right here, there's another buy signal right here. You would take that one, another full TP for 500 pips, another buy signal right here. Take that one right there for another 500 pips. So technically you would have lost 400 on here, made 800 on here, made 500 on here, another 500, and then another 600, 700 on here. So overall your profit would have been, you know, pretty high. So we would do negative 400, positive 800, positive 500, another positive 500, plus 700 off this last one. You'd have a total pip win of 2,100 pips. So that'd be about 2,100 bucks within, let's see, within a day, right? Within a day, you make about 2,000 bucks. Very, very simple, easy strategy to apply. So that's pretty much it for the new strategy. I'm excited to start applying it. I wish there wasn't like Christmas wasn't this week, because then I could have started applying it. I mean, technically I still can, but with the market volatility dying down, I'm probably not going to. So let me go ahead and check the other questions over here to see what's going on. City said, H saucy, Shawn, skipped a loss, I think, but it looks effective, definitely. Roblox said, how did you decide on, oh, thanks, David, answer that question for me. You miss minimum 2 losses, which I see. Roman, sorry, what is your question there? You miss minimum 2 losses. Let me see if Roman responded to that. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that question or by your statement. You just put you miss min 2 losses, which I see. I don't see what you mean by that. Let me, Oleg said, new strategy looks like the holy grail for the market, definitely. Terry said, we're not trading US 30 today, right? I mean, technically we are, Terry, but there's no entry yet. So 630 is right there. There's no signal yet. And if we do get a sell signal, we're probably not going to take it, because, you know, just with regard to the new strategy that I just mentioned, if we get a sell signal, it's probably going to be a fake out. So that's probably where we're not going to take that if we do get it. However, if it closes below here, so say if price drops from this point, and then we get a sell signal below here, then yeah, I would take this this short position and write it down. Doesn't look likely, but if it does happen, that's probably where we would take it. But if we get a sell signal up here, and then say the high of that's like somewhere over here, and then we get another buy signal above here, then we could take that for a scalp upwards, right? So that's probably how we're going to take the trade, but we'll see how this plays out. I mean, we won't really know until the market continues to move. It's only 8 o'clock, so we still have a lot of time left on this in this session. So let me keep going through here again and see. Walter said, I liked it on 2 different accounts. Inbox me that, bro. Got you, Walter. Brian said, I was about to buy these indicators from Trading 123, but I saw this. How does it work? Go to the direction of momentum, post this line. Yeah, Brian. So basically, we're just catching the momentum swing back in the positive direction. So like basically right here, we have a momentum swing downwards. We have a momentum swing upwards, but this momentum swing broke the high of the previous momentum swing. So if they broke the high of this previous swing, then, you know, odds are it's probably going to swing right back up. So you guys have a gist of how the strategy works. If you guys want to apply it on your own, you guys are more than welcome if you guys have the indicators. However, you know, I'm not going to give all the details just yet, because I have to go ahead and back test it myself and forward test it But just looking at it from a simpler perspective, it's a very, very simple strategy. So you guys saw how profitable it was with me just showing you guys how it worked. Just imagine how it will be using it live. So we'll see how that plays out. And then I will continue going forward from here. Varun, if you want to see the recap of the video, just open up the stream and you can rewind the stream so you can go back to where you missed. There's a lot of stuff that was covered, so I'm not sure which part you missed out on, but you can just rewind the live. Braden said, based on the 30-minute for US 30 and 4-hour on Forex, Braden, you can use it on any time frame, literally right here. Like I showed you earlier, I showed you on the daily. It works on the daily. It works on the 4-hour as well. And it works on, so when you use the higher time frames, you're going to have to use some risk management, right? Because like, for example, here, we had a buy signal that closed above this. And I don't expect you to use this on the 4-hour on US 30 because US 30 is a messy asset to trade already. So the thing with this right here is, for example, right here, we have this high for the sell. The candle closed above it, but you can see that it pushes up. It pushes up about 1,500 pips, right? So if you go for the 1,500 pip move right here, you probably would have hit, full TP at some point. I don't know why it doesn't calculate right here, but yeah, as price moves up, because you can see right here, price kind of pulls back a little bit. But as it pulls up, so right here it pulls back to like maybe 1,400 pips, and then it pulls up over here to maybe like 1,000 pips. Maybe you should move your stop loss and profit, right? That's why I have to go and back test it to figure out, what time frame it works best on. Obviously, it works on all time frames, but there's obviously going to be some time frames that works best on, right? And I think it works best on like the shorter time frames because there's it's just easier for you to identify and you can get in and out of trades quickly. You don't have to like hold them for like days and days on end because you never know when something's going to happen. Like right here, if you were holding this trade and then this huge drop happened because, something happened in the news, you could have avoided getting caught in this. So if you're trading US 30, I'd probably use it on the shorter time frame, like maybe the 10-minute, even the 15-minute. It's really up to you. Like for example, here, I could even show you. So if you go on the 1 hour, this might work well on here too, where you can see price close below this this buy signal right here. If you were to take a short position right there, it would hit full TP for about 2,000 pips, right? And then again, right here, if we were identifying this high right here, we wouldn't have taken this buy signal. So it just depends on which time frame you're trading it on, but I think it definitely works better on the shorter time frames, especially if you're trading something like US 30, because you're probably not going to have enough capital to survive, any crazy drawdown. Like right here, you probably would have, let's see, I'm trying to figure out an example here. So right here, it went into drawdown maybe about 1,000 pips. So that might be a little high for you, but it would have hit full TP eventually. So if you don't have enough capital to survive any of these little drawdowns, then it might affect your trade. Like right here, this entry would have been over here. Drawdown would probably have been about 1,500 pips. So it just really depends on what you apply it on. But I personally have been applying it on the 10-minute, and it's just worked phenomenally because like literally you can scalp it. You can just take like 500 pips here and there and then take a bunch of trades. But if you're trading something like US 30, it's going to affect it with regard to with which time zone you're trading. Because obviously you don't want to trade during Asia session, it's too slow. It might be something that you're only going to be applying for New York session and London session as well. So let me keep going down over here and see what else we have. City said, don't share it with the public. Premium is Bay. Yeah, of course. Definitely premium is going to be the main one. So yeah, if anyone here wants to see how this is applied, just make sure everyone hops onto the live. If you guys have any friends that want to see this, because I'm gonna delete this live after because I don't want you guys to be pulling on my secrets, right? No, I'm just kidding. Not necessarily pulling my secrets, but I don't want you guys to be applying a strategy that hasn't been completed yet. Obviously, there's gonna be kinks that I need to fix. So before you guys hop into this, this crazy strategy that I've just developed, it's there's gonna be a lot of work that needs to be done. So Yeah, if you guys want to. So we got a US 30 signal that just popped up right here. I'm sure it's above. Yeah, so if we get a sell signal here, we're not going to take it because it's way above this buy signal. And just with those tests that I showed you, this is probably going to be a fake out. So we'll see how this plays out. Regardless, we'll probably take the next buy if it ends up appearing, a little later. So let me continue moving down here. Usman said, can't wait, bro. Josh said, let's go. Peter said, Shawn the GOAT. Josh said, I'm about to buy some apartments. Nice, nice. David said, if you're here and you're not a K2 member, I challenge you to tell me what other signal services provide a higher win rate. No, definitely, David. I mean, some people are just too skeptical, and if they don't want to win, then it's fine because we're going to keep making profits here regardless, whether people want to join K2 or not. Jade said, does the next signal have to close above the previous signal or the wick? Yeah, so Jade, price just needs to cross it. It doesn't need to close above it. It just needs to be above it, like cross above it. So like, for example, right here, let me see an example where it doesn't close above it, but it crosses above it. So like, I'm trying to find, because I did see a couple here, because sometimes what happens is the market goes into consolidation and then it doesn't necessarily close above it, but it does cross it. Yeah, I don't really see anything over here. I'm just trying to see if there's anything here that I could use for an example, but doesn't look like, okay, like, so this is kind of, for example, right here, right? So right here we have a buy signal, and if we have the low marked up right here, you can see that the sell signal like slightly closes below it. So we have it right here. You can see that if you really zoom in, you can see that this candle closed slightly below it. Like you can barely see the wick close below it, but it didn't close below. It just crossed below, but not close. So if it crossed below like that, you can still take this entry right there. And obviously, it would have hit full TP at that point. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be a little, I mean, you're going to run into situations like this where it's very close. It'll have to be like a personal call, whether you want to take a trade like that. But technically it just needs to cross below the low or the high. It doesn't necessarily need to close below it. Walter said, Shawn, that's about to be the main strategy. 100%. It's gonna be my main strategy for sure. Kenny said, geez, I'm just now getting to tune in and I'm seeing all the wins with this new strategy. I'm mad I missed the breakdown of the strategy. So Kenny, yeah, go ahead and just rewind the live and you can see, how I explained everything on there. Braden said, would you take a 5 lot on FTMO? Braden, it would depend on what I'm trading. So if I'm scalping, then possibly. If not, then I will possibly take a smaller lot size because it just depends on your risk. If your risk is too high, you obviously should take a smaller lot size. But if you're taking something that's that has a high win percentage, then obviously you can make little changes with your lot size. But obviously you don't want to go too high because you don't want to risk hitting your daily loss limit like a lot of people do when doing FTMO. Yeah, Brian, I think I already, if you want to go back and look at the explanation of how it worked, just go ahead and rewind the live because I kind of went over it like a bunch of times. So I don't want to just keep reiterating the same thing I just went over. If anything, I could probably look at other pairs and show you guys how it works if we don't get an entry, but we're still technically looking for this entry on US 30 if it does appear. So I'm hoping if we get a false sell signal on this, then that's perfectly fine because we want to take a buy anyways. Jay Calvin said, Shawn's technically giving away free cars, get him these likes. Yeah, definitely, guys. Yeah, so I mean, the main reason we're trying to get likes on these streams is so that people like you, there's a lot of new people here, and I'm sure you guys have pulled some value from sitting in on my daily live sessions. So basically, in order for me to keep this going, I need to, gain traction with this channel because I'm kind of wasting time going on these live sessions when I can just be trading on my own, right? And I don't mind helping you guys out, but I definitely need to gain traction with the channel or it's just going to not be really worth my time to go on here to, show you guys all my secrets and answer all your questions. Even though I do want to, it's just, time's limited, guys. Like After this session, I have mentoring sessions throughout the whole day. So I'm literally giving you guys half of my morning or half of my day pretty much just to help you guys out. And, if we want to keep this going, I just need help with like growing this channel in order to make it worth my time. David said McLaren incoming, baby. Shawn and I are moving to Vegas also. Definitely. Cameron said, let's go. Razul said, once we have all made tons of money, we should all do an offsite event for K2 members in Vegas. Yeah, definitely, Razul. That's a plan. Eventually, at some point, we're definitely going to do that. We wanted to do that this year, but unfortunately, COVID happened. So we will we'll see how that goes. Vishnu said, only downside is we can't trade this on FTMO, probably on our personal account. So Vishnu, you can trade on FTMO. The only reason that I was saying to go on the shorter time frame is that so we can take these trades and we can get in and out within like, a few minutes versus holding like the swing trades where they go on for like a few days. So it can be applied on FTMO. I'm probably going to be applying the US 30 on there, but we'll, obviously we'll see how that goes. Deswell said, bro, I need to buy my jet. Need this strategy. Definitely. Radimir said, Shawn, this new strategy you're looking at on the 4 time. So Radimir, it works on all time frames, not necessarily on the 4-hour, but it actually works a lot better on the lower time frames. I think for Forex, it probably works better on the higher time frames because of the way it moves. On Forex, it ranges a lot. So it's probably better to apply it on the 4-hour. But if you go on the shorter time frames, like the 10-minute, it still works perfectly fine, I believe. So like right here, for example, again, here's the 10-minute, right? If you want to scalp on US 30, USD JPY, you see that price closes above this high right here, right? Or it crosses above it. So the sell signal, this is the high. We have the buy signal up here above it right here. We enter a long position. And then there you go, hits full TP for about 8 pips for a small scalp. So you can still technically scalp on this on Forex pairs, but I think it's probably best to go on the higher time frame because it just doesn't give you enough cushion for you to really make certain movements for these specific assets. And then you have to factor in the trend as well. I mean the spread. So if your spread's too wide, it's gonna be hard for you to really scalp on this. If you're on Forex, maybe go like on the 30-minute or even the hour. Because if you're on the 30-minute or the hour, so like for example, right here, this is a 30-minute, you can see that price closed above this, above the sell high right here. So if this happened right there, you can insert a long position right here, and it's about 20 pips for, I guess, like intraday trade, and it hits full TP. So it works on all time frames. It's not necessarily just the 4-hour, but I do find it to work better on the higher time frames for Forex, and then for something that moves fast like US 30 on the shorter time frames where you can scalp. Braden said, finding a broker that will pay these profits is hard part, I would think. Yeah, Braden, that's why I use regulated brokers, because it helps, it helps a lot that way. Cameron said, thanks for the free value, Shawn. Definitely, Cameron. The whole team is definitely going to be eating. Varun said, whoa, Shawn, you just discovered gold in your system. Yeah, exactly. Definitely. Tam said, awesome, Shawn. Yvonne said, we are looking for US 30 longs, or was it already called? So looking at US 30 right here, we haven't had a signal yet, Yvonne. So that's why we're still waiting on that. But, once we do, then we can take that entry, but there's no entry yet. If you were applying the strategy that I was just explaining right now, obviously there would be a long right here, which would have hit full TP. But, like I mentioned, I didn't take that trade because I'm still working on things right now, trying to figure out all the inconsistencies with the strategy. But you guys have seen here that there's really not many inconsistencies, because looking at like JPY, we look back way into like, I think if I went on the daily, we went way back to like January. So I'll go back to like a random point in time, right? Let's go back to like 2018. Let's see if it still works in 2018. So rewind from here. We have a signal. This is back in 2018, right? We're in 2020 now. We have this buy signal right here, right there at that low. We have the sell signal that closes below it. If we were to take this entry right here back in 2018 for 150 pips, it ends up hitting full TP. So this strategy looks like it works very well. I mean, it doesn't just working during COVID times. We can go back to like 2016. Let's see if this works, somewhere over here as well. So another situation right here, we went back another 2 years. We had a buy signal right here. The low for that's going to be right here. We had a sell signal right there. Enter a short position, zoom out from this point. Short position right here for a gain of like 400 pips, right, on the daily chart. And it hits full TP. Check that out, guys. We went back from 2020 to 2018 to 2016. The strategy works perfectly fine. We go back to 2013. Is that where we want to go? 2013 over here. Same situation. We have a sell signal right here. The high for that sell signal is over here. We have a buy signal. Zoom out from this point, take a long position right here. This is for about 500 pips. I don't know if it's going to hit. It's probably too far up, but we'll see. Oh, shit, guys. This is crazy. It hit full TP right here, 532 pips in 2013. So this isn't a strategy that just worked in 2020 because of COVID. It's been working for like years back. And this just got me even more excited, guys. Like, I'm like fucking excited because there's a lot of profits to be made with this strategy. Oh man, I'm speechless, guys. I'm literally speechless. We'll go back to 2009 over here and let's see if this works over here. So we're in 2020. This is more than 10 years back. We have the low for this buy signal right here. We have a sell signal right here. I zoom out on this point, enter a short position right here. Yeah, I'm definitely going to delete this stream after, guys. So if you guys want to watch this, feel free to watch it while you can, but I'm going to delete this stream because I can't be giving out my secrets like that. Oh, look at this, 500 pips back in 2008. Damn, man, this is, I'm overwhelmed, guys. I'm overwhelmed with excitement for this strategy because I just thought about this yesterday. It's like, damn, I've been trading I created this indicator and I've been like, there's so many ways to use it. And I don't know, I never thought about using it this way in the past. So like, thanks Indra for that last mentoring session. If you guys watched the last mentoring session, I was helping Indra develop a new strategy. And I thought about this and I was up until like 1 or 2 a.m. last night because I was so shocked. I was so excited to show you guys. And now that I'm showing you guys, it's even more exciting, bro. It's crazy. Because the thing is, if this is on the daily chart, think about me taking these trades and just letting them run, full TP. I can literally just take these trades on my personal account, let them run, and then come back to these full TPs whenever they happen. So, this is I think this is a huge breakthrough for not just K2, but just in general. The strategy is so simple. Let me go ahead and continue through these questions over here. Radimir said, what time frame do you implement the new strategy? Yeah, Radimir, so it works for all time frames and all assets, not necessarily, anything specific, but I mean, I'm just finding this stuff out now because I never back tested on the daily, and I just showed you guys on the daily that it works really good. I never tested on the 4-hour. It works really good. So this just, you guys probably won't be hearing from me for a bit. I'm gonna be back testing this for a while to make sure everything goes well. So let me continue down here again further. Yeah, it works on all the time frames, nothing really specific. Definitely, thanks, Tam. Appreciate you guys too, because I probably wouldn't be looking for any better strategies to implement the K2 unless it was for you guys. Obviously we trade every single day. When we run into issues, like I mentioned, whenever we run into losses, there's always a solution to it. So me looking for that solution, I ended up developing a brand new strategy. So pretty excited for this, pretty excited for next year. We have a lot of big things coming at this point. Let's see, Usman said, for the Forex pairs, would you still take in consideration the zones when applying this strategy? So Usman, probably not. We probably don't even need the zones anymore at this point because we're just catching like straight momentum. Fine. So what I'm probably going to be doing is I'm probably going to be taking the bigger trades on the daily, and then I'm still going to be applying the SR strategy for the 4-hour so that we can have, consistent trades intraday. But there's yeah, guys, I'm super hyped for these. Let's see if there's anything else here. Shawn, leave the stream up for a few hours so we can rewatch it. Yeah, definitely. I'll leave the stream up for a few hours for you guys so you guys can rewatch everything that I discussed this morning, because I know it was a lot of information, but you guys saw exactly how I applied it. And this is like a dumbed down strategy. It's literally, you don't even need to know anything. You could just take literally every trade and just let them run for the most part. But yeah, I'll definitely leave the stream up for a bit so you guys can follow along or rewatch, where I went over. But as you can tell, it's a really simple strategy. There's not much to guesswork to it. All you need is the momentum indicator, because you can detect these momentum swings in the market. So we'll see how that goes. Let me see what else we got over here. Varun said, what will the RR be for the strategy? So Varun, just like I mentioned, it's a brand new strategy. There's nothing that was really set in stone just yet. But for the most part, it's probably going to be the same one-to-one R&R, because it's a high win percentage strategy. Obviously, if you have something that has a high win percentage, it's going to be profitable. If it doesn't matter which RR you use, but one-to-one is going to be a lot better, because it's going to give you some cushion for any of the possible drawdown that we might run into. So let me see if there's anything else here. Okay, cool. Des will say K2 is about to make me a billionaire. Definitely. Usman said, okay, awesome, can't wait. Des will said, AK the Forex pilot. Nice. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited to see what happens with the strategy. I have a ton of Hey, Josh, I just saw your question. Josh is asking about the mentoring session. So yeah, guys, basically next week, I have a pretty much open schedule for the mentoring sessions. There's a couple days that have been booked already, but for the most part, they're pretty much open from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I have 4 p.m. booked next Monday with Varun. So we're going to go over that. But I think after 5 p.m., I'm pretty open, Josh, if you want any sessions with me. Aside from, there's only like 2 days next week where we can really hop on, Josh, because the 30th is New Year's Eve. Or no, actually, no, 31st is New Year's Eve. So yeah, we have about 3 days, Monday through Wednesday. Any day that you want, Josh, just let me know. After 5 p.m., it works perfectly fine for me. But on the 31st, obviously it's New Year's Eve. I'm not going to be working that day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just let me know what time works for you, and then we can set up that one-on-one. So maybe I'll just show you this strategy more in detail. So now Josh has been with K2 for a cool minute. So all the loyal K2 members, you guys are gonna get this for sure. You guys are gonna get it, and we're gonna make a ton of profit. And I'm excited for all of us. But yeah, guys. So I think that's about it for that strategy. We're still looking at US 30 right here. It doesn't look like we're gonna get an entry today. For one, it's December 23rd, so tomorrow's Christmas Eve. So volatility is already dying down. You can kind of see here that the market movement has started to slow down, right? It went from moving right here to pretty much moving only about 300 pips in like the past like the past 2 or 3 hours right here. So I don't think we're gonna get a US 30 entry today. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but I'll stay on with you guys for a bit. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I'm probably not gonna go over the new strategy any longer because I already went over it for a bit. If you guys want to go back and rewatch the stream, I'll leave it up for a bit, for a short period, and then I'm probably going to delete it because, obviously I don't want to give out the strategy too early. Yeah, definitely, Nicole. So what I'm probably going to do is if you guys, I'll leave this open to the public temporarily, but Nicole, a good recommendation with that. So I'm going to go ahead and unlist this video so you guys can't find it on the YouTube page, but I'm going to be sending it out to the premium members. So whoever's a premium member, you guys will get the link to this specific video, because this video covered a lot of stuff that pertains specifically to the premium members. So there's a lot of value in this video, but you obviously won't be able to apply it unless you have the K2 indicators. Sisu said, this is going to take my scalping from my current level to pretty close to 100%. Love it. Yeah, this is what I was talking about yesterday, Sisu. So I was messaging Sisu class and I was so excited to show him the strategy, but I think he fell asleep last night because he's on the East Coast. But yeah, no, definitely. Deswell said, Shawn, with a good copy trading software and VPS, you can make a ton of money this next year. It's already looking good. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm already using that. I'm using a copier for my own accounts, Deswell. That's how I'm able to lock in all these profits for US 30 on like multiple FTMOs and, on my personal account as well. So I'm super excited to see this play out. Yeah, Cameron. I mean, the way to use it for scalping is you just use it on the short time frame. So like for right here, like I mentioned, the same entry right here is buy entry. If you were to take this one right here, you just enter a long position right here, depending on how you want to scalp it. I think 500 is like the sweet spot. So I usually just use 500 because I want to get in and out quickly. So if I let that run right there, full TP. You can remove your TP and just pretty much write it up if you wanted to. Right there. Right, because if you go higher than 500 pips, that's not scalping anymore. You're basically going to be shooting for basically intraday move. So this is pretty much what you use on there. Yeah, sure. Let's check out crude oil for Brian real quick. Varun said use copy trading for your multiple FTMOs. Yeah, I do, Varun. I use a VPS. So I have my master account, which is my main FTMO, 100K funded. I use that as a master account, and then I also use that for all my other accounts. Sorry, I'm trying to find this for my my personal account as well. So looking at crude oil right here. Hey, Brian, so did you want to see it for scalping or do you want to see it for, something on the higher time frame? Because I can show you both. Like, for example, right here, this is the scalping. So basically right here, same situation as we would have applied. Oh, I can't even back. I can't. Is this daily? Okay, no. So I can't use a rewind tool here, but just using this for an example, right here's a high for the previous signal. We had a buy signal right here. You could have taken a long position right here for a straight full profit right there. Again, right here we have another buy signal. The sell signal was right here. The buy signal crossed above it. You take another long position, full TP. Right here, you see the sell signal. It's below this buy signal right here. You take a short position right there, full TP. This wouldn't be valid because it didn't close below here. This wouldn't be valid because it didn't close above here. This right here, the sell signal, closed below this buy signal right here. Take a short position right there, full TP. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 full TPs back to back to back. Again, right here, this closes above here. This looks like this might have been a loss. So we have this right here, long position. Yeah, depending on where you put your stop loss, or if you adjust your stop loss and profit. So if it reaches like 50% profit here, some people like to move their stop loss to break even. So you could have avoided this loss right here. But if you didn't, you just let it run to full TP, it would have been 1 loss and 4 back-to-back wins right here. Again, right here, we have the sell position. The buy signal is right here. It crossed below it. We have a sell stop right here below at this low. So we enter right there, full TP right there. So we have about 5 full TPs, just 1 loss, not a big deal. Again, right here, this doesn't close above it, so we wouldn't have taken that trade. This doesn't close below it, we wouldn't have taken that trade. Doesn't close above it. Right here, we have the buy signal. It closes below this low, so we have that low right there. Take a short position, full TP. So we have like 6. I mean, I don't know how how far this. Yeah. So Brian, we have 1 win here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins and 1 minor loss here for about 37 pips, I guess. I don't know. I don't trade this, so I'm not sure. This is 37 here, but I'm not sure if that's 37 pips or 37 points or whatever. But yeah, just scalping from the 21st up until today, 7 back-to-back wins, 1 very minor loss, because every win here has been bigger. It's like 600 pips, 400 pips, 47 pips, 47, 47, 47 for 1 small loss of 37. So that's a minor loss. It's not even a full loss in compared to these other ones. Again, right here, we have the low, price broke below it. Take a short position right here, full TP, another 64 pips. Again, right here, we have a buy, sell position. This buy crossed above it, long position right there, full TP. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 wins and 1 loss. So, yeah, I mean, it goes to show you could give me any literally any asset, and I could probably look it up, and it works fucking flawlessly, man. Man, I'm about to make some money, guys. I'm so excited. I could trade oil, I could trade Forex, I could trade indices, I could trade whatever I want. And there's a lot of money to be made, guys. Like, you know, that's an understatement as to how much profit can be made just using this one scalping strategy. So I'm super excited. Hopefully you guys are excited because 2021 is looking, man. David, you know what I'm gonna do right now? I'm gonna look up something that we've been waiting for a while now. And I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? I think you know exactly what I'm talking about, David, right? So, you know, once I look at those profits, I'm probably gonna start looking at one of these right here and see what me and David are gonna be looking for 2021. So how much profit do I got to make to lock in this car? I got to lock in about 300,000, which is, you know exactly what I'm talking about, David. Oh man, I'm so excited. Oh, and even better, by the end of the month, guys, I'm getting my Tesla wrapped. So you guys will see my Tesla in Profit Blue. So be ready to see my Tesla by the end of the year. You know, it's perfect. It works out perfectly because I'm getting my Tesla in Profit Blue right here in this color. Profit Blue Chrome. Man, I'm gonna kick off the year pretty good. I'm gonna try to make some profits by the end of this this year, so I can kick off the trading year right. So I'm super hyped, David. You know how hyped I am. You know how long we've been looking at these McLarens. I'm super hyped, man. I'm ready for this. Let's see what else we've got over here. But yeah, Brian, I don't see any other questions from you. But yeah, you saw here for the oil that you just mentioned, you know, there's a bunch of wins right here. And it seems like a very good strategy to use. So what else we got over here? Varun said you have to purchase it. If yes, then from where? Varun, I use social trader tools. That's one of the ones that I use. I think that's the main one that I use now. I used to have my own, but I don't use it anymore. Kenny said, Shawn, you're killing it. I haven't been able to continuously watch because of work. Is 10-minute and 4-hour time frame which you use for the new strategy? Kenny, you can use any time frame. There's no specific time frame, so you can go ahead and back test it to see if it works. I just go back and rewatch this video to see how I applied it, but it's super simple. But like I mentioned, guys, the strategy isn't done yet. I have to make some changes to it. I have to back test it, forward test it to see you know, what problems it runs into. But just looking at these entries right here, it doesn't look like there's very many problems with this strategy. It's a very high win percentage strategy. Looks like it's about 90%, if not higher. So if you take every single trade, you should be like completely fine. Let me see what else we got over here. Dave, when you coming back to Newark, bro? Nice. Yeah, C6 said that's insane. Definitely. Brandon said, bro, I'm over ice peeled on my screen trying to get these entries. Bro, I'm shocked. I don't even trade oil, but look at all these wins for oil. Imagine how much profit could be made off these guys. It's crazy. Man, I'm gonna start hopping into all these other assets too, and I'm just gonna trade everything basically because it looks like it's it works pretty well on it. So Radimir said to check out gold. So let me go to gold real quick. It works on gold too, Radimir, because I did check that as well because I was thinking about trading gold to some extent. So like right here, we have this buy that closes above this one right here, or I guess it kind of did technically. So this might have been an entry here, but we'll probably just skip that one because it's an iffy entry. But yeah, looking at gold right here. So this right here, this closed above this buy signal. So you could have taken a long position right here. It would have hit full TP for about, I guess, 430 pips. Again, right here, we have this buy right here that crossed this one. So if you were to enter this trade right here, this would have hit, stop loss would probably be below the swing right here for about 500 pips. Not 500, be a little below that. So the swings right here at about 500 and I guess 30 pips. So like 530. And if you were to let this trade run, it looks like it would have hit full TP right there. So full TP for this one, full TP for this one. Again, right here, price looks like it. No, I didn't cross that one. So we wouldn't have taken that one. This right here would have been a loss, which is fine. You know, losses happen. So right here would have been a small loss for about 400 pips, I guess. And then again, right here, we have no trade there, no trade there. We have no trade here. We have a trade right here because it crossed this one. So we have a win right there for about 500 pips. Let's see, this right here, the buy would have happened right here. Short position right here, full TP 500 pips. So again, right here, this one, sell position right here, another one for 500 pips. So yeah, just looking at gold right here, it works really well on gold as well. No entry there, small entry right here. It's like, so for this one right here, we might have moved ours. I still think, well, I mean, I guess not necessarily. I guess for some of these, you can just eat these losses if you really wanted to, because it looks like we have a few losses here, but majority of the time we have a lot of wins actually. So we have one loss here, 500 pips, one win here, 500 pips. These balance each other out to break even. One win here, 500 pips, one win here, 1,000 pips, one loss right here, go back to 500 pip profit. Two wins right here, that'd be 1,000, so that'd be 1,500. So overall, if you took every scalping entry from the 21st up until today, you'd still be in profit about 1,000 pips for gold if you took every entry. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, other than that, I think everything else here looks, I mean, fine for the most part. Again, right here, another entry, price broke. No, I didn't break above it. This didn't break below it. This broke above it right here. So there would be another entry for a buy stop right over here for another full TP, I guess, for about 500 pips. So yeah, looking at gold right here, Radomir looks really good actually. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 7 or 8 wins and 2 losses, which is pretty high. What is it, like an 80% win rate? For just like these small scalps, like these aren't even big moves. I mean, if we were to count every scalp here, obviously the profits would have been like, you know, a whole lot higher. So it works on gold, it works on oil, works on Forex, works on indices, works on everything. The best part about this is that it's based on momentum. So it literally doesn't matter what you're trading, as long as there's, you know, movement in the market, you can still catch these moves here. Let me see if there's anything else that I missed here. So looking at everything here, Sisu said almost got into an accident, was staring at one driving past me yesterday. Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, no, definitely. Braden said, damn, Shawn, it'd be like that. For sure. David said, a massive 2 weeks notice is being prepared. Definitely. Forex Trader said, should have held my UK 100. It looks like it shot up like pretty heavy. David said, man, we've been looking for a while. It's getting close to reality, 100%. Kenny said, I got you. These entries are insane. Very little drawdown too. I agree. Brian said, yes, thank you. I only have futures account, so I trade the E-mini on ES and ECL. Oh, nice, Brian. Hey, Brian, if you don't mind me asking, which broker do you use? I'm assuming you use Thinkorswim, TD Ameritrade, because I've used them before, but I'm trying to figure out like a regulated broker to trade indices on. So I was thinking if you have a different broker, maybe I can check them out. The only other one I've been looking at was TradeStation. I personally just don't want to go back to Thinkorswim. I used that a long time ago and it's just too outdated for me. So I don't really like using it as much, but I mean, if that's the only option, I probably might have to go back to that. Okay, let me continue with these over here real quick. See if there's anything else here. Brian said, yeah, 1 cent move is, wow. Okay, so 1 cent move is $10. That's crazy. So if I go back to oil, damn, Brian would have been rich off that trade. So I think he said, what was it, CL1? Okay, so going back to oil over here. Okay, so yeah, so per contract, it's like $10. Damn, so this is a $470 win. 470. So basically $500, $500, or you can make a couple thousand in just one day trading this oil. Man, I have to hop on this, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this live myself because thanks for introducing this to me, Brian. I didn't really think about this until you mentioned it. I mean, it should work on US oil as well too. Looking at US oil, geez, look at this, same thing. I might start trading oil again, guys, because look at this win right here. Damn, full TP. Oh my gosh, look at this right here. Another one. And if you guys aren't excited about this, I don't know what to say. I'm super excited. I could go back to trade oil again. Wow. Okay. So this is just it's a rush of excitement for me because there's a lot of stuff here that we discovered just from this one live session. We keep going over here. David said, I'm still not messing with gold. Yeah, me neither. I'm just going to stick with US 30 and stuff. James said, K2, are you taking the trades when the candle breaks the high low, or are you waiting for the signal as well? So James, the trade is based off the signal. If there's no signal there, then there's no momentum swing upwards. So you have to wait for the signal for that entry, because the thing is, price can always break these structures. Like, for example, right here, let me see if I can find something, because you'll need the K2 indicators. Obviously, if you're going to try to just catch when price breaks structure, it's not necessarily going to play out as you would necessarily think. So I'm trying to find an example here where price like ends up probably reversing at some point. Well, I mean, either way, you wouldn't be able to identify it because you're basing the high lows off the signal candle. So if you don't have the indicators, you would need to base it off the indicator itself. So you can't just like place a random plot on the chart. But like, for example, right, I'm trying to find an example for you, James, so I can show you. So we had a signal here. Okay. I'm gonna look for like a choppy area in the market, because a choppy area will be easier for us to find something like that. Let's go over here where it's a little choppy. Sell signal right here. Oh yeah. Okay. So for example, right here. So if you were to identify this over here, this would be the high. And then if you were to take this right here, just because it closed above it, but there's no signal, then you probably would have gone stopped out, right? Yeah. So you would have gone stopped out right there. That's why you'd wait for the signal, because it doesn't necessarily indicate that momentum swing that direction until you have the actual signal in place. So that's just one reason why you would need the actual signal to apply the strategy, because the strategy is based off the momentum swings produced with the K2 momentum indicator. So in order to identify those, you need the vertical lines on the chart. Let me keep continuing down real quick. See, Walter said, you're right, you probably won't need the zones. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly, Walter. You can use the other indicators. It's just that I feel like they would get in the way because they would prevent you from wanting to enter certain trades if they don't line up properly, right? So like right here, this buy signal, if you're going off the if you're going off the pivots, you probably wouldn't have taken this entry right here because you would see it rejecting off here, right? So if you would have missed this trade right here, I mean, if you would have used the pivots, you would have been confused with this because you wouldn't have taken the buy here. However, if you take the pivots off the screen, you apply the long position right here, then there you go with that full win right there, right? So that's why I wouldn't use the pivots. It just gets in the way of your analysis. John's asking, are you letting TradingView determine the TP stop loss? So you can, John. That's like one way to do it if you'd rather have them do it. But I personally would, obviously have to do some testing. I have to see what works best for it. If it's like better at the swing or if it's better if TradingView maps it for me. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of different changes that will be made, along the way when I develop the strategy further and further. Nice. Yeah, so Ursus mentioned, hey Shawn, believe it or not, I made 22,000 profit by using your indicator with a bit of upgrades. Nice. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely I could definitely see that happening because there's a lot of ways to do it. A lot of people don't realize that it's really simple. Like if you have the indicators, you can develop your own strategies, or you can make little adjustments to it to increase your profitability and win rate. And it's really not that difficult. Like for this, I developed a strategy last night when I was going over the mentoring session with Indra last night. So if you guys go back and watch that, you guys can see how my thought process kind of developed into looking into something like this because we were looking at breakout strategies. So if you guys want to take a look at that, it's pretty interesting as well. Thanks, Nicole. She said IntraTrader is another option. I definitely need to look into that as well. Verdun said, which is the best broker for U.S. citizens? Because many good brokers like IC Markets, XM don't give service in the U.S. So Varun, me personally, I use Forex.com. It's been pretty, good for me. They're U.S. regulated, so you don't have issues with them at all. The only difference is that they require a little more capital for you to trade, but obviously the more capital, the better. So it's not really going to affect you directly with regard to your trade and stuff like that. Oh, nice. Okay, so Brian used Thinkorswim or Ninja. I figured it'd be Thinkorswim. Yeah, I agree. Thinkorswim commits too high. Yeah, that's why I stopped using Thinkorswim because I didn't want to hop into like open a margin account with them because I've used them before and they've had a lot of issues with like connectivity, and then even Forex trading with them like sucks because they're in a separate department. So like whenever I call them to get stuff fixed, like you get like a whole runaround, and it's not a great experience. So that's why I stopped using them for the most part. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it with all of these questions here. Let's see. Deswell said, Shawn, let's think big, bro. Just come out with your own broker, regulated and Belize. Yeah, no, exactly. Eventually that might be one of the next steps, or the next step for me is probably going to open a prop firm, guys. I'm probably just going to teach you guys how to trade for me, and then I'll do the same thing that FTMO is doing. I'll fund you guys to trade my strategies so that we all make money because it'll probably be a lot easier on that as well. Because we're all applying the same strategy. We know that they work. So maybe I'll start a funding company similar to FTMO because I'm bringing FTMO a ton of business, guys. I also got an email. Oh crap! That's what I forgot to respond to the CEO of FTMO. I think we might have to do an interview at some point because everyone keeps passing FTMO through K2, and obviously there's a lot of room for development there. So I'll go ahead and take a look at that. Let's see, one more question from James. No, we base the high of the previous signal. Do we enter on the candle close above, or do I wait on a new momentum signal Hold on, James. Let me reread your question. James, no, I mean, we base the high on the previous signal. Do we enter on the candle close above, or do I wait for a new momentum? I'm still kind of confused with your question, James. So here, I'll just show you what I do here. Okay, so let me go back over here. So basically, what I do is I identify where the high is, right? I identify the high or the low of the previous signal. Obviously, if it's a sell, we're gonna look for the high. If it's a buy, we're gonna look for the low. So right here, we identified the high. When this signal closes above this specific price point, we enter on the open of the falling candle right there. So I'm not sure if that answers your question, but this is where the entry would be. It'd be on the open of the falling candle. So as soon as this candle closes, we enter right there, and then we ride that to full TP. So that's how the strategy would work. But I'm just a little confused with your question, James. I'm not sure if this answers it, but this is pretty much where we would make the entry. It's like every other strategy if we're entering, on the close of the falling candle or in the open of the falling candle. Once this candle closes, we could enter like a market order and then dry this thing up. Desmond said prop firm, I'm in. Toon said Euro NZD bearish, correct? Let me pull up Euro NZD real quick for you guys. Euro NZD. So it looks like it's swinging down, Toon. We would need a sell signal first for us to confirm the bearish momentum, because the problem with this is this could swing right back up if it doesn't close below it, or if we don't have a sell signal, because obviously the bias is a buy right now because the previous signal was a buy. But if this closes with a sell, and it closes below there, we can anticipate it to drop further to this next structure over here. So this would definitely be a good sell if this ends up closing with the sell signal. Velocity said, I know someone you can talk to on a serious note about a prop firm and white labeling. Yeah, definitely, Velocity. Send me some details. It's just an idea right now, but probably in the future we could probably do that. Because the thing is, the K2 strategies work very well, guys. Like, obviously they're very profitable. You guys can see from everyone's profits. So, it makes all the sense to just keep everyone applying the same strategy and then using it as like a prop firm, because then everyone can profit, and then I can profit with you guys as well, because I don't have to be trading on my own. I can just pretty much let you guys master my strategies and take over the work for me, which works for both of us, guys, because literally you guys are just taking trades and then we're all making profit. Nothing wrong with that. Josh said, be nice if gold closes on the 10-minute for a sneak peek of the live strategy. So let's check gold real quick. Close all these right here. Yeah, I mean, it would be good, definitely, Josh, but it would have to close below this structure right here. So let me fix this right here. It just needs to close below there. So it pushes just a little farther below. Be nice. We got about a minute something left on here. So yeah, if you guys want to see how this works, let's hope that it pushes down within the next minute below here, and then we can, I mean, not necessarily call Josh, go full leverage on this thing real quick. Once that happens, we got about a minute left, so we'll see how this plays out. Radomir said there might be a new entry on gold in the 5-minute based on the new strategy. So it's the same thing we're looking at right here, Radomir. I think it's the same entry. So this wouldn't be an entry right here, Radomir, because this would have to close below this buy signal right here. So that's why it wouldn't. But if you took this buy right here, or no, actually it wouldn't fulfill either. So we'll see how this ends up playing out. Let me see on the 10-minute. Yeah, it's getting close, but I don't think it's going to close below it. So unfortunately, it's probably not going to close below it. And then we might get a buy signal like following this. And if it closes above here, say if we get a buy signal that closes after this above here, then it would provide for a buy entry instead of a sell. But who knows, guys? Let's see how this plays out, 5 seconds left, 4 seconds left. See if it closes below. No, it doesn't close below. So yeah, unfortunately, no entry there. At this point, you'd be looking for a buy. You'd want this to close above here. So if you get a buy signal, closes above this point, or crosses above it at least, then you can take a long position from there. Radomir said, no, I meant. Oh, in 5 minutes. Okay, yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't close below. You know, if it did close below, then it would have been good, but it didn't. So now we'll be looking for a buy. If price ends up closing above here, you can take a buy. And that's what I mean about this being a good scalping strategy, because you guys can literally just wait. So if you really want to just wait for a price to cross a certain price point, you can literally wait. If it crosses above it, you can take that buy signal, you know, once it closes. So, you know, it just goes to show that there's a lot of opportunity with the strategy that's available to you guys. So I think that is about it for us here, guys. So I think that's it for the questions. You know, unless you guys have any other questions, feel free to put them in the chat right now. Otherwise, I'm probably going to leave this stream up for a few hours so you guys can go rewatch it. If you guys want to rewatch it, go ahead and feel free. But yeah, I mean, go ahead and watch the stream, and then I'm probably going to delete it, or I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to unlist it. So it'll still be available to all of the premium members, but for the public members, it's not going to be available any longer. I'm not going to promote it in the public group either. So I'll give you guys an update, you know, with what we covered here. And then, you know, we'll see where we go from that point. But yeah, guys, I think that's it. Let me see if there's any other entries for Forex right now that we could possibly take. We have the 4-hour candle closing in about 30 minutes. So let's see, nothing there. Nothing there. Actually, no, this could be a decent buy. But like I was mentioning, guys, the market's just moving weird today. It's not really, it's not necessarily moving in a good direction. Let's delete this. And yeah, unfortunately, I took a loss on this odd JPY. That was my bad. I should have closed out at TP1. But the market's just been all over the place this week. Let's see, nothing there. Actually, no, there's an entry right there. This could be a decent sell. Yeah, guys, so I might call one more trade for you guys, and then we'll call it a day from that point. Yeah, so this would have been a decent buy right here, but we missed it. So this would have been a decent buy right there up to this next structure for about 20 pips. I think that's why I didn't call it. It was just not a big enough move for me to want to take that trade. KJPY right here. This might be a good buy if it closes. But a lot of these movements, guys, are based off the news events that are going on right now. That's why it's not really safe to take any trades right now, because like same with these JPYs, you know, they should be bearish. They should be coming down, but they're bullish right now for whatever reason. Obviously, they should be bearish because of COVID and because of, you know, everything that's going on with all the new shutdowns going on and the new COVID strain being discovered. The yen should be strong against all the pairs because everyone's going back into fear after finding out that, you know, the COVID strain is mutating, which is normal. You know, viruses mutate over time, and then they're just gonna have to figure out a new vaccine. So looking at Euro NZD, oh yeah, so Tune, looking at Euro NZD, it actually looks like a nice sell. So I'm gonna take a look at that right here, and then maybe take that once it closes. GA right here, nothing there. GC. Varun said, I'm in the CAD CHF trade. So let me go look at CAD CHF real quick. CAD CHF. Wait, CAD CHF? Oh, this one right here, sorry. Oh yes, you got into that trade. Nice, nice. So Varun, you actually caught that move. I wish I caught it. But Yeah, it looks like you're pretty much good profit. Broke structure right here, gave that momentum swing upwards. Probably going to push up to full TP over here, but I'd be careful with that trade because of how the market's reacting to the COVID news and the stimulus and stuff like that, and Brexit. Look at Brexit right here. So this is why I told you guys not to jump into this trade earlier, because look at this wick, guys. If you guys took a buy right here, you would have gotten suckered into this trade and you would have been in drawdown nearly 70 pips now. So that's why I told you guys in the morning not to take any GBV pairs, because it's just way too risky. I mean, it's risky overall. We're probably not going to be taking any more trades for the rest of the week until next week, just to be safe. I might call like a few trades, but overall, it's just not, it's just not a good time to trade. It's better to conserve your capital for a better trading day. And I'm like excited to just use that new strategy. I keep going back and thinking about that strategy because, I mean, there's so many ways to apply it. Like I want to apply it right now. I'm probably going to wait for, if this sell signal comes back below here, closes below the structure or below this right here, this low, then I'm definitely going to go like full margin on this trade. No, I'm just kidding, not full, but I'm going to go pretty high, maybe look at 10% risk because it just looks like such a great trade. So we'll see how this plays out. Otherwise, I think that's about it, guys. I don't have any other questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram. You can see right here, I have like about 18 messages to get through, 9 text messages, and about 50 emails that I have to look at from last night. So I haven't gone through the emails yet. So if you guys emailed me, it's not that I haven't responded to your question. It's just that I haven't really looked at it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and answer all these questions and do some admin work on the side before the week ends. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram. Just a reminder, I'm going to unlist this video within the next couple hours. I'm going to give it to the premium members, but everyone else, for the public, it's not going to be open until we get 1,000 likes on one of these videos. So go ahead and like the video, tell everyone to like the video, and then I can share this strategy with you guys so that you guys can profit with us as well. Or you guys can take the easy route and just join premium, because obviously you need the indicators in order for you to apply it. Let me see. Varun said you have applied the strategy in one trade of US 30, but didn't consider it at that time. Everyone, what do you mean by that? Let's see. You apply the strategy in one trade of US 30, but didn't consider it at that time. Are you talking about this one right here? Yeah, I didn't take this right here because I was I haven't started using the strategy. I've just been testing it. I haven't used it, but now that we've tested it on a bunch of different assets, it's proven to work very, very well. So I probably would have taken it if I did some more testing like prior to this session, but I'm definitely going to be using it moving forward. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram. Otherwise I'll catch you guys in the, I don't know if the market's open tomorrow. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Maybe I'll go on live tomorrow. If not, then I'll catch you guys on Sunday evening for the weekly chart analysis. Otherwise, I think that's about it, guys. I'm going to try to see if there's any trades that we can enter last minute before the market close. But yeah, I think that's about it. Varun said it was sometime before. You have applied the strategy in one trade. I don't think so, Varun. I just created the strategy last night, so there's no way that I could have applied it before. You might be thinking about something else, like when I'm just identifying the high lows, because the high lows are different from the the actual strategy that we're applying. So there might be a little confusion there with just identifying high lows with regard to this new strategy. But this new strategy, I just figured it out yesterday. I didn't, I probably used something similar to it, but it wasn't specifically applied the way that I've been doing it now, because this is a lot more easier and it's very simple and straightforward. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna log off. I have a ton of questions to get through. My DMs are blowing up as we speak. So I'm gonna go answer those questions. If you guys have questions, just reach out to me on Telegram. Otherwise, I will catch you guys later. If not tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, Sunday night. So catch you guys there. Merry early Christmas, in case I don't see you guys before Christmas. And thanks for showing up, guys, because this really helps grow the channel. It helps me stay on point with my trading, and hopefully you guys made a ton of profit with me so far. And let's get ready to close this year out strong and kick off 2021 with that brand new strategy. So thanks for showing up, guys. I will catch you guys later, and you